Tower attacks. Drop jaws like an earthquake cracks. Left gets right, the silver and black. Webby is back. Webby is back.
What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Hey, I'm up here on the top left. Welcome to TSR Sports. I didn't know which other introduction to use, so I went with the tried and true. I guess let's get a win by getting a good draft pick tonight. I hope we do take a pick at 20. I've been very candid on the channel. I'd like to see Morris Johnson Jr. be picked by us, but I don't know. So this draft board below us will be frozen. I can refresh it, hopefully, so it won't be ahead of us. And then the rankings over there, the best players available by ESPN, which will match this, is over there. Let's say some lows. Fonz White, thank you for stopping in. Stephon Castle, Texan Swarm, Swipa, Lisa, Stingray, X Factor. No Miss TSR could not make it tonight, but the plushies are all here, including Jonathan, who'll be rooting for one of his UConn guys to go in the first round. Swipa, I would not be opposed to that. Bag, I'm not opposed to Chris Sinak Jr. Either. I'm doing good, Lisa. William Jr., man, Hulk isn't over the game 5. Or, no, game 4. You're right, game 4. Well, any of them. Fred the King, Go Spurs, go. Dreamer, thank you for stopping in. Damien, tonight, Terrace Reed Jr. and Alex Caravan have been on a lot of people's radars on the channel. I would be fine with either. I've seen Alex mocked at the end of the first round. I've seen Terrace Reed. Actually, you know what? Let's go to this now. This is why I have it here. Let's see where they have the UConn guys actually ranked on their draft board. This is courtesy of ESPN. I put all the way from picks 1 to 40. So I think we have to go down a little bit. Alex Caravan is ranked 31st on their board. Terrace Reed Jr. 33. So ESPN is saying that they'll go very early second round. We do have 3 second round picks. Picks 35, 42, 44, I believe. We do need a power forward, Ernie. Texas Swarm, I want somebody bigger. If we get Cameron Carr, so be it. I'm not going to cry over it, but it would be another 6'5 guard, which we've done a lot of. All right, Crest, fair enough. Glaze and Bacon, what's going on? I heard that Brian Wright may trade down. I've heard that a little bit lately, too. That would be surprising. John Sanchez, thank you for stopping in. Warren says, both UConn guys are usually mock end of the first, beginning of the second. Agreed. Joshua Burns says, let's trade back to 25. Spawn says, will they trade Fox tonight? That would be crazy if it happened. Doubtful, but it would be crazy. Howdy, Gabriel, thank you for stopping in. Boris says the Spurs are going to trade it. Son of Scar, what's going on? Miss TSR is not here. Not here tonight. Antonio, thank you for stopping in. Senek is, I saw the 2 UConn guys in person. I wouldn't mind one of the UConn players coming to us. A lot of people want Carr, but I don't want another guard. Yeah, David. What about David Jones-Garcia? That's right. Good point, Glaze and Bacon. We do have David Jones-Garcia waiting in the wings, too, who... Oh, there's the first picking already?
And welcome to the 2026
Can you guys hear that okay?
draft.
I'm going to play Adam Silver when they announce the pick. Can you hear him okay?
More than 2 million people build the streets of Lower Manhattan.
Key comic book hunter, fellow comic book fan, what's going on? Says, please, no Alan Graves. Wed, thank you for stopping in. Hugo, hola. David says, yes, you can hear it. Some people show that video. I don't want to take any chances with ESPN, so I'll just play the audio when they're announcing a pick, which is what, a 8-second clip. We should be fine there. I've never had an issue before. Joshua has us trading down to get a fellow Joshua. Senek and Graves are both probably going to require at least a year in the G League. Okay, I hear you. Texas Swarm says, TSR, I don't like Giannis running from the grind when life gets hard. Never give up and run away. Oh, not a big Giannis guy, then I take it. The auto is good. Homer with the first super chat of the night. Drops the $2 holler. Says, trade to get Mara. He would back up Wemby. Now, Ade Mara is projected to go, I believe. ESPN has him as 10th overall. We would have to trade way up. I don't know, guys. By the way, do you guys find this helpful? I guess it's over to my left. Having the draft, we'll have the actual draft stuff below, and then the top ranked players over there on the right. So if somebody picks a guy you're not familiar with, wait, who's that? They're like, oh, he's at the third pick, they took number 20. What, not likely to happen. Trying to mix it up. Trying to, I don't know. Mr. Fred, Adam Silver is Nosferatu a little bit. The Wizards are on the clock. According to ESPN, Daryl Peterson is the best available, but AJ would be the best fit. Thank you, William. I really wanted to do something different for the draft here. A poet named JT, a lot of people on the channel want Zuby. Pencil Yaks at 9 to the Mavericks. Okay, Bubba. Boris Diaw's in the chat, former Spur legend. It kills what's going on. Joshi, what's up? Hola, Rico Suave. Steinbach is going to be gone. Way gone. Before, where they have him going on here? Actually, where is he? They have him at 13 on ESPN's draft board, so he's not going to be there for 20. Will we see any big trades tonight? There's been a lot of trades. Trae Young signed a huge contract, which I don't think he's worth the money that he signed, but it is what it is. Edru, thank you for stopping in. By the way, Billy B, thank you for stopping in. Still hit the thumbs up. We still got to play that. Pop, where you at? This is a good draft, and Student of the Savior, there are a lot of power forwards, which the Spurs definitely need. Joshua, fair enough. Hello, Wemby in the chat. Thank you for stopping in. The Couch Contingent is all here. You might not be able to see them. They're a little off camera, but everybody's there hanging out and excited for the draft. I do plan on being live tomorrow for the second round. Unless the Spurs trade all their second round picks before tomorrow night, then I won't have anything to cover. Number one target for me is Morez Johnson Jr. That's the guy I've wanted. I don't think he's going to be available at 20. I don't want another guy at 6'5". I know you guys are saying, well, TSR, we can't keep drafting, young guys, and the big guy's not going to be ready to play yet, but we have multiple bigs on the bench that aren't playable. Plumlee's going to be gone. Olynyk's going to be gone. Biyombo might be gone. Barnes has become unplayable. We have a lot of guys that have kind of fallen into that unplayable category. And what I'd like to see the Spurs do is, yes, get some vets. I certainly agree with bringing in some trade for Miles Turner or bringing another name. Get maybe another, go with the same starting lineup, even maybe, I don't know, but the vets that we have on the bench aren't quite cutting it. Get some different vets in, get some young guys too, though, so they're ready to take those vets spot in a year or two. That's what the Thunder are doing. Look at the Thunder. They have their big three, and they're stockpiling all this young talent coming in. Sam Presti. Quad-year Copeland going to be the steal of the draft. All right, Mama Mindset, I'll take your word on that. Logan, thank you for stopping in. Capper Bear Sloth, thank you for stopping in. You know what? Even though it's not a game, I think we need a Yodi boop for good luck. Good luck, Brian Wright. Please be Brian Wright tonight. Don't be Brian wrong. Boop. Thank you, Yodi. Will I be live for free agency? We did that last year. I don't remember when we went live for free agency, but it was the day Luke Kornet got signed, and I kept hitting refreshing the Twitter feed, and you guys you guys would tell me when to refresh. That's when we signed Luke Kornet. I don't know if that was the first day of free agency, or I don't remember when it is. I guess I could check the date on the video last year, but I probably could. Maybe I worked till 3:30, so it's not crazy that I could go live at 3:45 or get out of work maybe a little early, use a little personal leave, and go live at like 3 o'clock. We'll see. There's a 7'5" Chinese big guy. Oh, the pick is in. Guys, who's the first pick? Well, you might be ahead of me, so don't let me know. The pick is in. It could go with any of these. Can't go wrong with any of these guys below me. I'm ready, though, for Adam Silver whenever he comes out. No Josh Primo for sure. Please, no spoilers in the chat, by the way. Washington's pick is in. If you're a Spurs fan, as am I, we don't pick until number 20. That seems a long ways away because we're used to picking up high. Lottery pick after lottery pick for the Spurs up until this year. Since this channel's inception, they had, I think, Devin Vassell was 11th or 12th, and then Primo was 11th or 12th. And then the next two drafts, Sohan at 9, Wemby at 1, Castle at 4, Harper at 2, Bryant at 14. So we've had 7 lottery picks in 6 years on this channel. This is the first year. Well, no, I called the NBA draft with Luka Samanic and Keldon Johnson in 2019. So my apologies. I have called a draft where we did not have a lottery pick. Sandwich and Johnson. What's up, Cassie? Thank you for stopping in. Homemade Wemby, really? I'm a troll. Thank you for stopping in. William Juby, they're gonna drag this out. The pick has been it. Oh, they're showing the podium. Is Adam Silver coming out? No, I thought Adam Silver was going to come out. They faked us out. They went to the wide angle lens. I'm like, Adam Silver's coming out. Nope. Oh, get on with it. Go Spurs go to you, King Harry. Mavs could get Mara, Yaxel, or Moritz since Dallas has Dusty Nano. Okay. Glaze and Bacon, I think this is going to probably go about 2.5 hours to 2 hours and 45 minutes, which is an hour longer than it needs to be. Remember when the draft was all in one night? first round and second round, of course, to milk it, to get more money, which they're doing right now. The draft is going to go much longer than it needs to be. I mean, the pick has been in for at least 2 minutes, I think. So why are we waiting to announce this? Let's get the Wizards pick, let's get the pick 20 quicker, sooner than later. Because I would like to know who and what the Spurs are drafting. Finally, pick is in.
With the first pick in the
AJ?
2026 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Anise Devansa Jr. from
Yep.
Brigham Young University.
And actually, I heard that when that switched over. So there you go.
It's over.
AJ goes first. There you go, guys. Not really a shocker there. That's, yeah, kind of expected. AJ Debonsa goes to the Washington Wizards. Congratulations to Washington. We do need a power forward, Joker Hope. And look at it like that. Oh, they got a little clock, too. I thought I could freeze this, but apparently I can't. So I'll just have to not look at the screen. Don't look at the screen when they're announcing the pick. Yes, it was, William. ESPN's coverage is just so much wasted time. He is finally free from Utah. The first pick did go out east, you're right. The second pick is the Utah Jazz, who, is my TV a little loud? Do you mean when I switched it over? I could turn it. Actually, I'll push the speaker back. I'm going to do a sound check again. How's this? Am I going to hit the right button? Come on. That a little better? Yeah, that won't blow your ears out. There you go. Right? It's like 5 minutes on the clock, but it's like over 10 minutes to actually announce the pick. Bart, I have no idea. Bryant, yeah, somebody said it was a little loud, so all right, well, I don't know. I'll put it in between where it was. My goodness, if we draft a guard, I might swear. Jazz, do you guys think Cameron, do they need another big though? Aren't they pretty loaded? They have Triple J, Larry Markkinen, Ace Bailey. They don't need another guy in the front court. I don't know. We'll see the Jazz. Maybe the Jazz will jazz it up. Texans Swarm. Oh, Brian, just playing a few seconds will be fine. It's copyright. If I was showing the video, might run into some issue, but just a few seconds. I do this every year for the draft. I play who the pick is, and then I cut it, so we should be fine. Gallimero, which junior? Because there's a lot of juniors in this particular draft. There's just a couple right here. A whole bunch of juniors. Morez Johnson is a junior. Chris Sinak is a junior. There's a lot of juniors. All good, Brian. Appreciate it. Damon, who's a 20-year rebuild? The Utah Jazz? If we draft the guard, expect the calls for Fox to be traded to... You know what? William Juby, you're not lying. If we do draft the guard, that really raises a big question on what are the Spurs' plans with De'Aaron Fox moving forward. I really just can't wait till these top 14 guys face off against Victor Wembanyama because you know they want to play with him, and I think they might be scared of him. I don't know. I don't want to be Captain Negative here. Did you think maybe Wemby lost a little of that, from what happened in the NBA Finals, a little of that intimidation factor? I'm just throwing it out there. Who I think we are getting? Gabriel. I got to see who's available closer to pick number 20. Morez Johnson Jr. is the guy that I said I would like. I don't think he's going to be there at 20. Funny little draft memory. When Tony Parker was sitting in the crowd and got to walk the stage when the Spurs drafted him. Emmanuel Ginobili. There's another draft memory. Good evening, Daryl. This draft is depressing because no matter who we pick, Mitch won't play him. Hashtag we need backing. Glazen Banking. I don't think we've announced to our assistant coaches yet. If we trade back, get Joshua Jefferson, I'd even give Brian Wright credit. Okay. Facebook notification. Where is Joshua Jefferson projected to go? Other Joshua. Joshua Jefferson is on the board. Oh, he's way back here. Did I miss him? 32. Wow. The pick is in for the Utah Jazz, by the way. The pick is in. Texas Swarm, likely in the G League, and I think a lot of you in the chat also agree whoever we draft might go into the G League. However, if they have a strong summer league and a strong preseason, it's not crazy that they might work their way into getting playing time. Carter Bryant was a 14th overall pick. He saw some minutes for us this year. I thought they were about to announce it. They're not going to. So, I mean, it depends on the player. As I said earlier in the stream, and I've been saying a lot, is we have a lot of guys that were unplayable on the bench. This player maybe can replace them and get a little, get a little playing time. No, Shams not leaking. Shams probably got yelled at for leaking stuff early. There was the, what was the big leak he had? Was it MVP that he leaked? He leaked some award before it was supposed to be announced on ESPN at 7:30, and I'm going to guess they didn't like that. I mean, that is one of your employers. They probably don't want you spoiling things, giving people a reason not to watch. Chris Sinak Jr. has the best nickname, Big Snacks. Tony Kimball, I didn't know that was his nickname. So Mark Robbins, I've seen those names floating around. John Collins, Rui Hachimura, Isaiah Stewart. Yes, it was MVP. Thank you, Fawn Swine. I was not happy because I think I was going to go live for a half hour for that. And then when I got spoiled by Shams at 12 or 12:30, I was like, well, what was the point of going live? Yeah, SG, yeah. Here's the thing, Spurs fans. We keep saying we need a power forward. Why not Wemby a power forward? Adam Silver's coming in. Don't look at the screen. No spoilers.
With the second pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select Darren Peterson.
Okay. Darren Peterson. I think that updated a couple seconds before I heard it, but I'm not looking at the screen. So Darren Peterson, I think that's... I don't think Boozer was the right pick for them. So Darren Peterson, the #1 ranked player on ESPN's draft board. Congratulations to Utah Jazz. And Cameron Boozer's got to be going third, right? No, Ken Face, not a shocker. Utah, I kind of feel bad that he's going to Utah. So Cameron Boozer got to be going to the Grizzlies, right? The Jazz got their guy. Boozer is a perfect power forward. This Boozer? He ain't coming to us. SA Town, it's if Boozer drops, which Greco just said, then it would get interesting. I don't think he's dropping, but things would get interesting if a player in the top 5 falls out of the top 5, because then that does start messing. That does make the draft a little wonky. Grizz got Booze, yep. It's looking good with Adam Silver. Adam Silver's not looking good, but Darren Peterson's looking good. They're all right. You're welcome. I've been screaming that if we built this team at... Oh, so yeah, I've been thank you for that, William Juby. I've been thinking about that as well over the past couple of weeks. Like, we keep saying, get a power forward, but we've watched Wemby play these last 3 years, and he likes to spend a lot of time on the perimeter, which is ideally not where you want your center to grab defensive or offensive rebounds. We've seen Wemby be an inconsistent rebounder. Some games when he's spend time in the paint, he's a dominant rebounder. When he's out in the perimeter, not so much. If we put him at the 4 and get a 6'10", 6'11", 7, even somebody in that range, 7 foot, we would have a huge front court. We could run 3 smaller guys at the 1, 2, 3. Not that Castle, Harper, Fox, Vassell are small guys, but we wouldn't need a lot of size with our wings. I would not be opposed to getting an athletic center that can maybe shoot and play some D and moving Wemby to the 4. You guys are talking about Miles Turner. You put Turner at the 5, move Wemby to the 4, and I think he really would dominate there. He is our best rim protector. That's the catch-22. But he's also a great help defender. A lot of his blocks are on help blocks where, he's the opposing player doesn't see him coming, and then boop, there's the ball going out of there. Guillermo, that works too. A power forward that could play center if matchups require it. Yep. David, I did not want Giannis. I normally never hope for a Junior Johnson, but nice, William. AJ went #1. Johnny Ortiz, yes. Memphis Grizzlies are on the clock. Darren Peterson was just drafted by the Utah Jazz. Yep, Utah took Peterson. Like Ace, they hate Utah. DJ Rose, what's going on? Thank you for stopping in. Dragon of Lore, is that true? Kai Soto's going to be with the Orlando Magic Summer League? Okay. I did not know that. Good for him. He played with them, when did he play with the Magic? Was it 2023 in the Summer League? Feels like it was a couple years ago. Minute and a half from when they actually announced it to when they announced it on you. Oh, really? Oh, shoot. Am I that far behind watching on, I'm watching on ESPN on YouTube Sports TV, which you guys have said is a little behind. I didn't realize it was that behind. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. It's also on ABC. I cannot pull ABC in over the air. Otherwise, I would be ahead of you guys. I wish it was on NBC. I can pull NBC in. Can't pull the ABCs. Actually, I was watching ABC. Let me see if I switch to... If I go to ABC. No, I'm on ABC. If I go to... Is it on ESPN? ABC has the NBA draft. Maybe I switch to ESPN. It'll be a little quicker. Switching to ESPN. We'll see. Cam going 3 for sure. Yes, Mario, I agree. Brian needs to pull a Thanos move and trade up to draft Mario. Today, Mario's expected to go around 10-ish. Yeah, I just put it on ESPN, Warren. Maybe the ESPN stream will be a little quicker. I hope. I don't think Joshua, he's not going to fall that far. I think he's ranked on this draft board at... Where is he? Around 20-ish? They have Jaden ranked at 22. I'd be shocked if he drops to the second round. There is the injury history. That's what concerns me the most, which is what would keep me away from drafting him. I'm not drafting anybody. By the way, the Grizzlies pick is in. We're just waiting, as always. Jeremy, yeah, it might depend on people's streams, too. Thank you for the info. Road trip, what's going on? Wemby needs a go-to move. Yeah, not necessarily a bag. Jake Wolf, you're talking about Terrace Reed Jr. He needs like that shot that we associate with Wemby. He doesn't have that shot yet. That knee is bad and his offense free throws are horrid. Okay. Guillermo, no. This is the ESPN ranking. The reason I have this up here is underneath it, you have the best player available, Cameron Boozer, and he's ranked the third player. So I'm trying to... Both are from ESPN, so trying to keep the ranking up to date with what's going on below. I don't know. Doing something different than the norm. Here we go. It's got to be Cameron Boozer.
2026 NBA draft. The Memphis Grizzlies select Cameron Boozer from Duke.
Wow, nobody saw that coming. Cameron Boozer is going to the Memphis Grizzlies. Listen, Texas Storm, I would like a day. I don't think he's going to be... What are we trading to trade up that far? Marcus Aldridge already said he would work with Wemby to develop a fadeaway. Okay. Could use it. Thank you, Dreamer. Mitchell defend Fox. Both are... Yeah, people have said that. So the Bulls are on the clock. Why does it take so long to announce? Glaze and Bacon, because they're trying to stretch out how long the broadcast is. That's all it is. It's stretching out the broadcast to make us sit here for 2.5 hours when the draft really should be 90 minutes for the first round, if that. No surprises yet. So the top 3 players have gone in order. So I think actually we'll just move this up. No surprises yet. Caleb Wilson's the next best player available according to ESPN. Will the Bulls take Caleb Wilson or will they draft somebody else? Right, Haru? Exactly. You know what we need? We need some Chuck. And over fist, thank you for stopping in. Big Colin Nolan says 2 hours before pick 20. What? Actually, we're only on pick 4, and it's 8:24 already. DJ Rose, the Thunder have 2 picks, so I am concerned about what they do. They have pick number 12 and 17 coming up. No, we can't, Brian. Brian, the other Brian, I can show the game. Daryl says, I'm saying this first. Caleb Wilson is going to be looked at this draft like people look at Castle from his draft. Okay. What's up, Rudy? Thank you for stopping in. Joker Hope, maybe I'll work on it this summer. The Thunder are not going to trade with us, Texans sworn. Why would the Thunder trade with us? We're rivals. We played them in the Western Conference Finals. There's going to be a rivalry over the next decade. That's the last team I think that would trade with us. I'm telling you, yes, Spurs in 9. I still believe the Spurs can take that series if they let it go to 9. Yes, Matt Eagle. Yes, that was Boozer's son. Yep. I would not be mad if the Spurs get Swain from Texas. I'm not overly familiar with him. Punjabi Trick Shots, thank you for stopping in. 2 Clutch Corey, go Spurs go. Yeah, MP8310, their GM is a genius. Where did he come from?
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Can we get Mitchell Robinson? Gabriel, people have talked about him possibly coming to the Spurs. Let me end this poll, by the way. Looks like the majority of you do want Moretz Johnson Jr. The second most picked player was Chris Sinak Jr. Alan Graves was third. Jaden Quinton was last. I'm guessing because of the injury. Okay. No, Hellfire. We're only on pick number 4. The Spurs pick at 20. Graham, thank you for stopping in. No, I don't remember Boozer's hair malfunction. Road Trip says, I want Moretz Johnson. More Johnsons, the better. We would have Moretz Johnson Jr., Keldon Johnson, plus Mitch Johnson. That's triple Johnson action. That's a lot of Johnson. I don't have my Johnson here tonight. My Keldon Johnson. I didn't wear a Spurs jersey. Oh, man, that's what I forgot. It's kind of distracted me before the stream. I'm just wearing a Godzilla jersey. Rich, breaking news from Shams coming soon. Okay. Wemby with the hook would be crazy. Yaxo won't make it past 9. Will he? Bubba? He's ranked number 12 on ESPN's board to the right. I don't think he makes it past there. Gidgeros, we did a Yodi boop. We didn't do a Slothy boop, though. So maybe for those coming in, you get a little flying Slothy boop. Whoop, boop. William Juby, that is fair. Our 2 current Johnsons failed to rise when the moment called. Or, Damian, am I not jinxing the Spurs by not wearing a jersey? Just saying. There you go. I'm wearing a Kai Soto jersey tonight. Baked potato boop. Come on, Boros DL. Be nice to Slothy. By the way, the Bulls pick is in, which means we're going to have to wait 5 hours to hear it. Yeah. Hey, brother, have you been... Antonio, I've been not keeping up with the World Cup at all. No, not at all. Banger Wave, go Spurs, go to you. Remember, Wemby saw Mitch got out coach. If Brian doesn't make moves, don't cry when he leaves us. That would, I've already gone on record as saying this, Daryl. If the Spurs went into another rebuild on this channel, I would probably still cover the Spurs, but I think the live streams would end. I would not want to sit there and call disaster after disaster like I did for years, literally years of losing seasons. I wouldn't be able to go through that again. I would still do videos and shorts, and probably still I definitely would still watch the games and take shorts of the games. But if they went to another massive rebuild where they're like a 20-win team, I couldn't do that again. Let's go Norway. Oh, you're talking about the World Cup? Beyond the box? Yeah, Grammy, it would be way too hard to go back to that. To go back to a 16 or 18 game losing streak, especially if that was to happen. Let's say the Spurs went into a rebuild 10 years from now. I'm only 58 years old. I'm going to be too old to be calling another rebuild. What is this picking? Oh, wait. Adam Silver. Bulls pick is in.
With the 4th pick in the
Is it Caleb Wilson?
2026 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select Keldon Johnson.
No surprises.
University of North Carolina.
Caleb Wilson, the 4th best player, goes 4th overall. So this is literally going in order of ESPN's ranking for the most part. AJ went 1, Darren went 2, but then Boozer, Wilson. It's going as expected so far. When are we going to see some shakeup, guys? Who's going to jump up or jump down or jump around? So this is slightly ahead of me by about 3 seconds. So when I play Adam Silver, if you'd rather hear it before seeing it, just don't look at the screen. That's all I can do. I guess I could do something to cover it up. And then I'm going to have to hit 2 things. What could I do to cover it up? I got an idea. All right, so I got an image. Let's bring in the chalkboard. I can do something. I'm always thinking, guys. All right, we'll bring this in. Don't worry, we're not staying like that. So what I can do is right before the pick, I can cover up the board. Look at that, editing on the fly. Who better than me? Bring out Selena to cover it up. Bert, I should have brought the couch contingent here. So no Selena. I don't know if I have that picture anymore. Trade Kornet. Is anybody going to want him right now? Kornet has more than a year left, Mark Robbins. He has 1 full year guaranteed. The 3rd year, I think, is partially guaranteed, and the 4th year is a team or a player option. DJ, I don't know if I'm not calling all the Summer League. Definitely not. I don't remember when Summer League begins. It's like June 5th or 7th. Depending on who we draft, I might want to call the first Summer League game. We'll see. It's not the same as when we had a 1st overall pick, a 4th overall pick, and a 2nd overall pick. KJ is in the last year's deal. That's correct. Encrumen Santos. My apologies, I butchered that. My picks: Senak or Reed and Keyshawn Hall. Okay. Can face that is the $1 million question. Will Harper start next season? I don't know. Bart, am I actually further behind? Seriously? Maybe I need to go back to ABC then. All right, back to ABC. Let's see. ABC says 230 on the 229. What the hell? I'm trying to like change the channel. All right, there we go. All right, ABC is at a little over 2 minutes. If I go to ESPN, God, this ESPN app is driving me crazy. I think ESPN and ABC are in sync on my TV. I don't think it's going to make a difference which one I switch to. Unless y'all are messing with me in the chat. All right, I'm back. Damon just said, Rich is so far behind, the 2nd round just started. Thanks, man. Yeah, Chris, I'm hearing that was a rumor that he unfollowed the Spurs. I've seen some people say he never did. Now, I don't cover stories like that. I tend to stay away from the off-the-court stuff unless it's going to really affect a player like Joshua Primo getting released. I kind of had to address that on the channel. The pick is in. Maybe. It says 0 on the clock, but yet ESPN's actual website is still... All right, something's up over there. I don't know. All right, hand over fist. I will show you the game.
Sucker!
Don't sub to me. I generally don't. Spurs fake news I try to stay away from. There's a lot of fake news on the web right now. A ton of it. Be careful what you click on. I'm seeing these weird sites pop up. They're like, Dylan Harper's demanding a trade. I'm like, what? First, I've never heard of this site. And if Shams is not reporting major news like that first, or something reputable like ESPN, Sports Illustrated, be careful what you believe on the webs. All right, I think Adam Silver's coming out. I think he's coming out. Is he coming out? Nope. They faked us out. That's the best player available, Keaton Wagler, 6'6", out of Illinois. Could we see something? Could we see a change here if this pick ever gets announced for the Clippers? My goodness. You should make a draft beer cutaway, show the draft. I want Dreamer, I can't imagine if the Thunder take 2 picks here. Just like the Spurs are not drafting 4 players, there is no way I think that the Thunder take 2 guys in the first round, which means they probably will because I just said it. Announce the pick already, ESPN. The pick has been in for like, feels like 10 hours. All right. Is it Keaton Wagler?
In the 2026 NBA draft,
Gotta be.
the LA Clippers select Keaton Wagler
Yep.
from the University of Illinois.
So far, nothing has changed in this draft. Dang. Well, I'm sorry. Let me correct that. We have seen a switch up with 1 and 2. AJ went first, Darren went second. But otherwise, really nothing is. Draft is going just as expected, which kind of makes it kind of boring. I want to see something crazy happen. Right? Don't you guys want to see something crazy happen? MP, okay. Gotcha. The Nets are a huge threat to draft Ade Mara. Really? At pick 6? I haven't seen him, I have not... Oh, am I good now, Bart? Okay, I don't know what I did. I have not seen Mara mocked as high as 6. But SA Town does say Brooklyn next. They could do something very dumb. I thought 1 and 2 were. AJ was... No, I'm going off the draft board, Bart. ESPN's draft board, they had AJ number 2. So going by our ESPN's draft board, that has not changed. I mean, the first few picks were all interchangeable in a way, weren't they? All right, is Darius going to the Brooklyn Nets? Are the Nets going to net it up and do something weird here? Aaron, they might go best player available, best fit. I don't know. Jamie says the Spurs draft 4 guards. If they draft 4 guards, the fan base would riot. They absolutely would riot. All right, Texas Storm, I'll watch out. Around pick 8, you'll see. Yeah, Daryl, I wouldn't be shocked if he start getting kind of mixed around here now. I just really wish that it didn't take this long for the picks. It's only a 5-minute clock, but it's a 5-minute clock, and then what it feels like another, 4 or 5 minutes? The NFL draft's even worse. Eyes in the dark. 4 guards. What are we, a security agency? If I take best available, if it's a guard, so be it. All right, Joshua. DJ Rose says the Spurs trade De'Aaron Fox, Keldon Johnson, Luke Kornet, and 2 first rounds for Steph Curry and Guy Santos. Curry? Steph Curry is certainly one of the greatest shooters of all time, and in my lifetime, one of the greatest players I've seen play ball, but he is closer to 40 than he is 30. I don't think drafting him would, or not drafting, trading for him would be in the Spurs' best interest. Why did you bring up Notepad? Oops. A lot of people are saying trade. So one thing I want to address is people are saying trade Fox for a high pick. You just can't trade De'Aaron Fox for a high pick. You need to match salary. That's where things get tricky. And Fox has a big salary coming up in the next few years. Where's LeBron going? And his son? It's a good question. He's going to be, 41 next season? Curry is an unk. Interesting MP. Fox is a regular season stud, not postseason material. Okay. Back in the day, the NFL draft clock used to be 15 minutes. I don't remember that. Sam says 4 guards wouldn't be bad as long as they're between 6 and 7 foot. Vassell, Champagny, and a first for Trey Murphy. Could we make a trade tonight, Spurs fans? Do we trade up? Do we trade down? Alan, they haven't picked yet. They picked 20th. Ron, pick 6 right now. Vassell really impressed me in the playoffs. He was much better than he was in the regular season. It kind of made me wonder, where was this Devin all year? Trade down to a later pick, Bert. Okay. Blibby has us trading for Jaren Jackson Jr. He was just traded to the Grizz. Fox will make it up for us and average 23 points per game for us next postseason. Next poster season. Stamp it. Glaze and Baking, I hope he plays better in the playoffs too, because I expect this to be a perennial playoff team. Jazz would ask, it's Danny Ainge, right? He would ask way too much for whoever he was to trade. This turned out to be a nice little idea here. I just block that when the pick's coming up so we can hear Adam Silver. Jay Bilas is best available. Darius Cup Jr., Kingston Flemings, Brayton Burries, Mikael Brown Jr., and Ade Mara. So that is not the same as actually the ESPN draft board I pulled from yesterday. Interesting. Fox for Zion. A lot of you have said Zion, the injuries. He has been injured so much in his career. If he didn't have the injury history, sure, but then the Pelicans would not be trading him if he didn't have the injury history. The Kings really want Cuff. They're obsessed with him. When does Sacramento pick? Next pick is... That's their pick. The Nets are on the clock. I think I can see who's next if I... The Sacramento Kings are up next. All right, well, there you go. I'll say the Kings did one thing right recently. Drafted Maxime Reyno in the second round last year. Yes, I'm still going to talk about it. I wanted Max as a Spurs fan. James, I don't think she's a athlete, so I'm not sure why you're asking about her. This is a sports channel, my friend. If you're looking to talk politics, wrong channel. Do we have the pick coming in? I think we do. I think we don't. All right, a little shake-up, Mikael Brown Jr. Slight shake-up. All right. Fox for Van Fleet? What? Nice, AJ. All right, Mikael Brown Jr. going to the Brooklyn Nets. What will the Sacramento Kings do next? Do you think Darius Cup Jr. is going to drop, G-Gen? Sacramento Kings draft De'Aaron Fox. What? What you talking about, Willis? They're definitely not drafting De'Aaron Fox. Have you guys been hearing that Darius Cup Jr. is going to drop in this draft? Well, Texas Swarm, you can't super chat $1,000. That's actually not... Well, actually, you can. You can do two $500 super chats. Do you think Darius Cup Jr. is going to the Kings? He's the best available player. Or does he drop more? Jake Wolf has him dropping all the way to 20? No. Cowby. Oh my God, the dude would probably cry. I know I would. If I was projected to be a lottery pick, and I went from projected to be around pick number 6 to number 20, which we have seen happen. We have seen... The NFL, Deion Sanders' son, Shadur Sanders, went from being a projected first-round pick a few, like a month before, maybe 2 months before the NFL draft, or whatever it was, and then he dropped to what, like the 5th round? I know that's NFL, not NBA, but the guy with the Pistons, Jalen Duren, he dropped in the draft in 2022. He was projected to be a top, I think, 7 pick, and he was drafted, what? 13th? 12th or 13th? I mean, crazy things happen. That's right. Cam Whitmore, Glazer Bacon, good call. The Houston Rockets, right? Top 5 pick. He had the medical issue and dropped all the way down to like 20. Michael, did Keldon Johnson drop? I don't remember that. Keldon went 29. That's right. He was projected higher than 29. I don't think he was projected to be a lottery pick. RDY, thank you for stopping in. Good to see you, Rich. Miss T, hope Miss T is doing good. She is, I believe. Anything interesting? No. Mikael Brown was just drafted. This draft board by ESPN, this is the top-ranked players. I'm keeping that just in case somebody goes way out of order. It's pretty much stayed status quo, although Darius Cup Jr. was just passed up by the Nets. Will he go to the Kings with the 7th overall pick? The pick is in. Malachi Branham dropped. Yeah, fortunately, dropped to us. But actually, you just said it. Malachi Branham also dropped to us, but he sucked. Now, here's the thing. Hindsight, of course, is 2020. At the time, Malachi Branham, if you look at draft grades for the Spurs in 2022, they gave us like an A across the board for drafting Branham at 20. 3-level scorer turned into a mostly no-level score with the Spurs, was a traffic cone on defense. The Blake Wesley pick at 25 was also rated highly by analysis, and he didn't work out either. Neither guy's there. Yeah, Lucas Samanic should have kept dropping the flipping garbage, man. We should have never taken him at 19. All right, I think I need to do a little of this. Draft can be gambling. I mean, with higher players, it shouldn't be, but as soon as you drop out of, the first few picks, yeah, it could be a crapshoot. Trade down for the power forward or center that we need, says Lewis. Victor plays and thinks... I was talking about that earlier, Lewis. He plays more like a power forward. I wouldn't mind us getting a center or trading for one. Trade for Evan Mobley. Are the Cavaliers looking to trade him? And also the salary cap situation... We would have to move on from Fox, wouldn't we? Mark, yes, Joshua Primo was gambling. He was projected to be around a 25th overall pick and ended up going, was it 12th to us? That's what you never want to see as a sports fan. In any sport, NBA, NFL, when your team drafts a guy that's projected, I know it's just projections, whatever, but when a guy is generally projected to go much later than your team drafts him, that usually hurts. I think we're getting ready for Adam Silver to come out. Or not, they fake me out again. Bryn Forbes. Oh, gosh. Bryn Forbes, not great on the court, not a good dude off of it either. Here we go. The Kings pick is in.
With the 7th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Darius Acuff Jr.
Congratulations, Texas Swarm. You don't have to do the super chat. All right. The top 6 have gone roughly, or top 7, should I say, have roughly gone in order. Nothing really crazy yet. Joshua, was SGA? SGA was not the same draft as Vassell. SGA was a few years before Devin Vassell. Yeah, different draft, Joshua. SGA's like, he's been in the league longer than Vassell. I don't know how much longer. Not the same draft. Or were you hoping to trade for SGA by trading our pick and something else? I think the Bucks are taking Flemings on the clock. Oh, so the Hawks are on the clock? I did not realize Atlanta had the 8th overall pick. Was this with the trade with was the trade with the Pelicans? With Atlanta playing much better, they are devaluing that pick swap. No, we have Atlanta's first round pick next year, right? And then another pick swap. Or am I getting my timeline confused? Swap this year. Yeah, next year is we have a first round pick with them. Okay, what's the Queen trade? Thank you, Maxwell. Yeah, I was going to say Young P the Great. SJ was definitely not into the Devin Vassell draft. So it was a year before. Okay. Financially, the Spurs could trade for Jared Allen. Brian right or Brian wrong? Which one is in the house tonight? Bear with me. I don't know. I hope Brian right, because he has been right with the obvious picks, though. Victor Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper. I'll give him credit for Carter Bryant. That was not the most obvious pick, maybe at 14. At least I didn't think so. But his other picks, Devin was okay. But Joshua Primo, Jeremy Sohan, Malachi Branham, and Blake Wesley all are no longer here. So we need him to hit on this one. I think so too, Texan Swarm, yes. Brian Wright drafting for the Kings. Kingston Flemings, is he going to the Atlanta Hawks? We shall see soon. John Smith, there are some other people that have said they'd like to get JQ as well. The injury history is very concerning. And no, Chris Haynes, he was wrong with Maxime Reyno. I agree. Praise the Lord, what's going on? He says, bro, I really want a day, Mara, to go to the San Antonio Spurs with Wemby, but how good is he projected to be? I don't think he's going to go. He's projected to go 10th overall, so he's not going to be there at 20. So many people, Mara to the Hawks, really? Was it Lonnie Walker before SGA? Was it? So that's the draft before Lucas Samanic. That's not 2019. That's the 2018 draft. Is this the pick already? No, we're going to commercial break. When the heck was SGA drafted? That means it would be 2018 then, right? I'm going to ask the Googles. What year was SGA drafted? It's got to be 18, right? He was a rookie with the Clippers in 18-19? 2018. Actually, he was drafted 11th overall by the Charlotte Hornets, but was immediately traded to the Clippers on draft night. The Hornets drafted SGA, that's right. Oh, that one hurts. Okay, Joshua, I got you. I was confused. When you worded it earlier, I think you were talking about, I think you put Vassell in there, which threw me off. Dang. Samanic, Mordecai, and Keldon Johnson. Don't forget we took 2 first-rounders that year. Keldon Johnson was number 29. Samanic was number 19. And I do remember calling that draft. I don't have it on the channel anymore. When they drafted Samanic, I definitely had the... Who? I did not know who Luka Samanic was. And Drummond, you didn't miss anything. So how the draft works is you generally take the best player available. On the below us, we have who's on the clock, the best player available to the left, the best fit for the team on the right. I have this draft board by ESPN up as well in case somebody is drafted way out of order to who's to be expected. Now, what I mean by that is Kingston Flemings is, according to ESPN, the best player available. If you look to the right, my left, there's your draft board. So if the Hawks drafted Alan Graves, that's a bit of a reach. He's projected to go around 17, but they drafted him at 8th. Katie Lane. Oh my God, I do remember Katie Lane. Mordecai, you were here when I called the Luka Samanic one? That was 2 who moments in 3 years as a Spurs fan. Who for Luka Samanic and who for Joshua Primo. Gosh, that was the worst. Joshua Primo pick is still killing me. I have a fan on, guys. I'm going to move this out just a little bit and go shut my fan off. I'll be back in like 20 seconds or less, but it's a little cold now, so I'm going to put the Spurs Go up. I'm coming back. Thank you, Big Coyote. Thank you, Big Coyote, with the Spurs Goes. If they counted misses when you flopped, there'd be quite a few players that had abysmal field goal percentages. They won't ever do that, though. Not in a foul. We are in a commercial break right now, but the Hawks pick is in. We're literally 8 picks in, and it's almost 9 o'clock. So you guys might be right. This draft is on pace to go to like 11:30 at night, which is highly unnecessary. So P2 Sweet, the thing with Fox is if he doesn't have his speed, he's clearly not the same player, which we saw when he was injured in the playoffs. I'd like to see him work on his shooting in the summer. You know, yes, he's pushing 30 years old. I think he needs to work on his shooting. I'd like to see him take less threes. One, I think, legit criticism I have of De'Aaron Fox is he does fall in love with the 3 at times, and he's not a great 3-point shooter. I mean, if he's on fire, hitting them left and right, okay, so be it. But there's too many games where he's gone 0 for 6, 1 for 8, those type of games. Like, dude, take a midi, will ya? Gunter first says, stop rushing the process. Dude, it takes these drafts take much longer than they should. When to fight? I actually don't know. You probably have to do something with the NBA. Some kind of registration, I think. I don't know. No, Fox is still injured, Logan. He was injured. He was not 100%, clearly not. But just because you're injured doesn't mean don't use your noggin. You know what I mean? The Hawks pick's coming up. Here we go. Adam Silver's coming up. Atlanta's going to pick. Kingston Flemings.
With the 8th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Kingston Flemings from the University of...
Wow, this draft has been boring. It's just all going as expected for the most part. Hear me out. I love KJ. Literally remember when only his jerseys and shirts were sold at Dixon Academy. I have all Johnson stuff, but this man, he played really bad in the playoffs. He did struggle. I can't deny that. Fox was wishy-washy like that before the injury, though. He was a little wishy-washy. Oh, is he from San Antonio? He is. I knew this. That's right. Fox has been hitting threes a lot this year. He's been missing threes a lot this year too, P2 Sweet. DeAndre Fox, as Charles Barkley calls him. De'Aaron Fox this year shot 33% from three. My friends, that is below the league average. 33% from three is not good. In the playoffs, he shot 29% from three. Just throwing that out there. Just putting that out there in the universe. All right, let me get back to you guys. The Mavericks are on the clock. Yeah, Glazing Man, I don't know. Yeah, it does feel like a snooze fest. Nothing has happened. He did. Keldon Johnson did do that, yes. Like Luke Kornet, you know, he did not have a memorable playoff per se, but that chase down block on Isaiah Hartenstein will forever be, you know, etched in our brains. The Pacers, no. We're not seeing the Pacers pick. When do they pick? Right now we're on pick number 9. Up next is pick number 10 by the Milwaukee Bucks. Which, was that their own pick or did they get that part? Did the Bucks have 2 lottery picks? I thought they got pick 13 from the Miami Heat. So are the Bucks now picking 10th and 13th? We'll have to keep an eye on that. His fake movie is How to Train Your Dragon. What are we talking about? It's a snooze fest until the 20th pick? Yeah. No trade. Bert, no trades. Yeah. Kokashibo, what's going on? Says, Rich, I literally want Jaden Quintans. You're not alone. A lot of Spurs fans have said they like him. His injuries do concern me, but whoever we draft, I will support. Even if it's a guard, I'll be like, all right. Dylan Harper says, Adam Silver's trying to find a way to add more betting during commercial breaks. Ice Cold Cowboy, good evening to you. Kid Face, I did a video on it today. I did not love that trade. They gave up so much of their youth, their bench, plus all those picks. If it doesn't work out with Giannis over the next few years, you're going to go into such a massive rebuild with no assets. Is Fox better than the Spurs? What? DJ, he was using a little midi at the start of the season, but he got away from it. Maximus says, please trade up. I haven't yet. If we can get rid of somebody, it could be a few guys on the bench in Champagne. There's going to be a lot of guys leaving the bench, P2 Sweet. I think the Spurs are going to move on from Mason Plumlee. Maybe Bismack Biyombo. Definitely Kelly Olynyk. Harrison Barnes is a big question mark right now. He did not play well the second half of the season and got to the point where he was unplayable in the playoffs. So I don't know. Pick is in for the Mavericks. Is TSR better than Rich? July, that is a darn good question. That's like the chicken and the egg. Are we going to get to the Mavs pick? Are they going to take Nate Ament, the 6'10", 207-pounder, out of 6'10", 207? That dude's thin. Daymara would be the best fit, according to ESPN. Chris, I'm going to talk about him soon on the channel. Some of you have asked about TSR. We talk about Kai Soto again. I was like, yeah, I'll do a video on him, but I wanted to get done with the draft stuff. Once the draft is over, free agency will be here, of course, as well, but the draft coverage will wrap up this week. I'll do a Spurs report card tomorrow based on the first round. The day after, I'll do a second round wrap up, and then Spurs content will probably slow a little bit, but not stop. I want to try to stay active a little more than normal. In July and August last year, I pretty much didn't really do anything except for the Summer League, and I do want to do a little bit more. The thing is, if there's no news, it's hard to do a video. Damon says, miss TSR greater than Rich by 4 times, because you put 4 greater symbols. Ouch. Wemby's body weight? E-Reg, I thought he weighed 235 last I checked. Velo says, don't forget S/L. I'm not following on that one. Is Adam Silver coming out? Yep. All right. Dallas Mavericks. They take Nate Ament, Daymara, Brandon Burrs.
In the 2026 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Morez Johnson Jr.
What?
from the University.
Morez Johnson Jr.? Are you kidding me? Whoa! Oh my gosh, that's a dude. That's who I wanted. He went number 9. Morez Johnson Jr. jumped up to the top 10. Are you kidding me? ESPN ranked him as the 15th best player. So there's your first real jump of the draft. Morez Johnson Jr. from Michigan. Projected to go in most mocks in mid-teens, maybe late teens. I didn't think he'd be there at number 20. He jumps up to number 9. Yeah, Area 51 here. I wanted drama. There it is. The shock is he was not projected to go as a top 10 pick. And now he has gone in the top 10. Wow. Okay, congratulations to him. Yeah, I think they're saying that too about the coach. He did kill at the combine too, yes. All right, that changes things a little bit. The Spurs obviously are not getting him. That was a player that I said I would like to see the Spurs get if possible. Well, it ain't possible now. Tony says he went to the wrong city in Texas. There you go. Wow, I just felt like I got Chuck Norris in the face with that one. They were watching my scouting videos. All right, so Morez Johnson Jr. is off the board. The second player that a lot of us talked about that the Spurs might target was Chris Sinak Jr. So that's, I guess, going to be the guy. Yes, Fonso, I'm glad OKC did not get him. Chris Sinak Jr. Arturo, thank you for stopping in. Grammy, I did not think Johnson Jr. was going to drop to 20 either, but I also did not think he was going to move up to number 9. So I'm guessing Chris Sinak Jr., maybe. I don't know. Bucks are up next. What the buck, right? Trade Fox and 20 for Kyrie. The flipping garbage man, I would not make any trades for Kyrie Irving until I've seen him play. Don't forget, he's coming back from an ACL tear. Is he going to be the same guy when he comes back? Maybe, maybe not. Was that a case of get what your neighbor wants? Maybe. Nice help, Fire Rider. Yeah, Elias, the Mavs are pretty loaded up with bigs. That's kind of an odd pick, isn't it? Unless they're going to move on some of their bigs. They're pretty loaded. I wish Stingray X Factor was in here. He's our resident Mavericks fan. Milwaukee Bucks up next, and the Bucks have hit the reset button. The crazy thing with the Bucks, if you didn't catch today's video and you had maybe forgotten, the Bucks are on the hook for Damian Lillard's contract over the next 4 years. They're going to be playing Damian Lillard $22.5 million a year to play for Portland. How's it rigged? To the Mavs, just make me mad. That's 2 years in a row they got a guy we want. We all wanted Cooper Flagg last year too. Of course, we would have to have won the first overall pick. Very happy with Dylan Harper, by the way. Yeah, Josh, I'm thinking Gafford's got it. They're going to have to move some of their bigs, aren't they? OKC fans seem to not want Mara. Interesting. Can OKC afford to keep Isaiah Hartenstein, or do they need to move? I can't remember his contract situation. Did they extend him? Are they possibly going to move on from him? I know there's talk about the Thunder maybe moving on from Chet Holmgren. They're not moving on from Chet. Come on. No way. Yes, Morez is a 4. Purple, what's going on, my resident Thunder fan? Who are you guys targeting with 12 and 17? We'll use both picks. Will you trade one of them? Big picks for the Bucks, yes. The Bucks are full rebuild now. OKC, yes, OKC has Thomas Sorber coming back. And actually, OKC also has Nikola Topic coming back. He barely played this season because he was dealing with... That guy's had such bad luck. Rookie year, he was out for the season because I think it was an ACL or MCL. His second year, he gets soccer ball cancer and has chemotherapy. I think he just had another injury recently. Dude is just a magnet for injuries. DJ Rose, I hope we get a big. Peachy Sweet, we're not trading Fox because his trade value is down right now with his playoff performance. If the Spurs are looking to trade him, They need to rehab his value and either trade him at the All-Star break or after the season. I don't see Fox playing out his contract with the Spurs. I could see him leaving via the expansion draft as well. That's the least preferred option because the Spurs would get nothing in return. Is the Bucks pick in? I don't know. It says on the clock, but there's no time there. I got to keep an eye for Adam Silver. Gosh, Morez Johnson Jr., 9th overall. Good for him. And also, don't forget, for those who aren't familiar with the draft, the higher you go, the bigger rookie contract you get. So that's a big jump from around 15 to 9. He just got a big raise with that. Johnny Ray says Chris Sinak Jr. is the best fit for the Spurs, but is Fox traded? I don't think Fox is getting traded. I think he's going to get traded after next season or the expansion draft. One of the others. The Thunder have 14 guaranteed contracts on their roster, so they need to make it. Wow. 14 guaranteed, really? Chip says, hey, TSR, I was floating the Wemby power forward idea around 2. Yeah, I'm thinking he could be. Listen, why not? He likes playing on the perimeter. I don't know if he plays on the perimeter a lot. I think he'll be fine as a 4. I think Adam Silver's coming out. They keep faking the camera view like Adam's coming out. ESPN drive me crazy. Or ABC, or both. Take your pick. Nope. David, it's definitely 2K. You can make trades without worrying about salaries. Thank you, Civtex. Just caught that. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for staying here. Christian Picardo. Timmy was a power forward the first half of his career and then a center the second half. But yes, he played the 4 a lot. All right, there he is.
With the
10th pick.
2026 NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Raiden Burries from the University
Oh, wow.
of Arizona.
Nate Ament has still not been drafted yet. Wow. So Nate Ament's the first player that's really dropping. Ade Mara's still there as well. Yeah, but St. Alex, you can shut the salary cap off. There you go, Granada. Just happy to have a new Spur. I like it. No, not Mara. Braden. TSR, Ade Mara is falling. Call the Warriors and move up. The Warriors are on the clock. Nate Ament is the best player available. He was projected to go 9th overall. Right now we're on pick number 11. Ade Mara is still on the clock. He's the best fit. The 7'3", 255-pound center, which a lot of you said you would love to see Wemby next to. Wemby at the 4, Ade Mara at the 5. We'll see what happens. Ament could drop a long way. Would you guys want to see him drop to 20? Would you guys take Ament at pick number 20 if he falls that far, or would you avoid him like the plague? I don't know a lot about him because I only really looked around guys around our projected pick around 20, so that's why I was looking at Morez Johnson Jr. initially, but he moved way up because of the combine, so he's out. But your Chris Sinak Jr.'s, your Jaden Quince's, your Alan Graves, guys that are kind of projected to go around number 20 I've looked into. I have not looked into Nate Ament. Yaxel's probably not going to be there at 20 either. Ament was in top 5 in some mocks. Okay. Perry says we should move up to 15. Nate Ament is a Sam Presti guy. Okay. Yeah, I don't think road trip. I would hate to see a Damar go to the Thunder. And the Thunder, I believe, pick next. Yeah, the Thunder pick 12th, don't they? The Thunder pick 12th. Ugh. Isn't that crazy? The Western Conference best team record-wise, the Spurs beat them in the Western Conference Finals, but the best team in the NBA has a 12th overall pick and a 17th overall pick. Sam Presti doing a heck of a job over there. I would take a Ament at 20 and keep him in Austin all next season. Okay. William Juby, I don't know the answer to that. Take Mara and trade. Oh, Purple's a Thunder fan and saying trade Chet. Purple, are you really already done to move on from Chet Holmgren because he struggled so much against the Spurs in the playoffs? I mean, he was awful in Game 7. What did he have, 4 points or something? Nate has a lot of holes in his game. Okay. Screw up Walmart, Kevin Durant. Enough said there. The Warriors are on the clock. Chet to the Spurs, no. Some people have been asking that. Jonathan Gonzalez, we picked 20th. Right now we're on pick number 11. The biggest jump in the draft to anybody's coming in is Morez Johnson Jr., projected to go mid-teens. jumped up to number 9. The Dallas Mavericks took him. He did have 4 points. Chet gets paid too much. Okay, that's fair. Okay. Vassell has been mocked to the Warriors and the Thunder because both are obviously in a win-now mode. Yeah. The Thunder are clearly in a win-now mode. They're the NBA champions from last year, Western Conference Finals this year. Yeah, they're ready to win now. They want players that are ready to go, not ready to go 4 years from now. San Antonio Nuns would say ament. Nice. 2K has meant as some amazing switchy defender, but apparently that's not the case in real life. Joshua has OKC taking Mara. Well, we got the Warriors on the clock, so what is Golden State going to do? TSR, who's your current number 1 target? So being realistic, who will be available at 20? Johnson Jr. is off the board. I don't think Steinbach is going to be there at 20. Lendenberg's not going to be there at 20. Graves might be there. Sinak Jr. might be there. Since I researched him, I guess Chris Sinak Jr. would be my target. The Drew Show with the $5 super chat says, Dallas got Morenz. That coach brought Yaxel along all his moves. It was obvious. Oh well, plenty of big forwards left to go. Milwaukee pick was crazy. Sorry if I misread any of that. Something didn't quite translate well over, but thank you for the super chat, Drew Show. Dallas getting Morenz was a shocker. I did not see that coming. I think I would take Chris Sinak Jr. at pick number 20. Kamba de Angola from Angola. Thank you for stopping in. Logan said I'm going to go ahead and take a nap. Okay. I will be here. I'll probably stay here for the whole draft. I know we pick at 20, but there's been rumors we might trade up to pick a player at the end of the draft. The Cleveland Cavaliers have cap issues or apron issues. I could see the Cavs being willing to trade, I think, their 29th overall pick. And who knows? Do we take a UConn guy at 29? Time will tell. I think all the Michigan guys go back to back. That would be crazy capillary sloths. Benito, wait, if there have been no European players picked yet, your boy Ace, thank you for stopping in. I keep my remote in my hand for when the pick comes in. Has this presentation been okay for the draft? I know we can't see the previous picks, but I can always, if you ask, I can go look at the draft board on ESPN right underneath my screen. But having the best players available over here with, who's on the clock, I don't know. Moretz changed 2 schools to follow. Oh, yes, he did. Okay. All right, Joshua, thank you for the info. Stinger X Factor is a Mavericks fan. Says, yes, I did see Moretz getting picked at 9, though thought they could move down to get him with OKC, but stayed at... Okay, so you were not surprised. I was honestly surprised. Nia Zulizlam for 898. My apologies if I said that incorrectly. With the $5 super chat says, biggest chicanery, Jimmy McGill as a lawyer or the Knicks championship run? I don't know what Jimmy McGill is, so I have to say the Knicks championship run then, because I honestly don't know who that is. That name's escaping me right now. I don't have a way to show the picks, Chris Santos. The way I set this up, and maybe I should have did a little different where you can see all the prior picks, but I was just kind of focusing on the pick that's going on right now. I can't see the ESPN prior picks the way I have my screen set up. Okay, never mind. Who's going to go to the Golden State Warriors? The pick is in. Is it Yaxel Lendenberg? Is it Ade Mara? Is Nate Ament finally going to get drafted, who was originally projected to go around 9? He's still on the board. Is it a shocker? Did they take Heinz Steinbach or Kareem Lopez? Are we going to see something crazy? They just mentioned Jimmy Butler. A big question with Jimmy Butler. How's he going to be next year after his injury? Butler tore his ACL, right? Jimmy Buckets? I think Jimmy Buckets tore his ACL. Damien said we'll find out in 10 minutes. Man, I'm getting a lot of Facebook notifications tonight. Good morning, Joe. Go, Spurs, go. Joshua says Ade Mara. I think Ade Mara too. Man, this is just driving me crazy that the pick is in, and then they just wait and wait. Trey Mitch Johnson for Steve Kerr. I don't think it works like that, ERD. Go Spurs, go to you, Monfry. Texan Swarm says, if it's Mara, I will super chat $10. Texan Swarm, you have an interesting strategy tonight. You're gambling against yourself. where the Warriors taken.
The 11th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Vassell
Landenberg.
from the University of Michigan.
Wow. Okay, Adeyemara is still. Oh, is he going to go to the Warrior to the freaking Thunder? Another $5 super chat from Niazul Islam. Ever seen? Oh, is that who that is? I didn't get the reference. I have seen Breaking Bad. I have not seen Better Call Saul. But if that's the character you're talking about, the actor that played him is the guy that's in Nobody, correct? Is that you're talking about? That attorney, the guy from Nobody, in Nobody Part 2. I actually did see those movies, enjoyed them. All right. A lot of Spurs fans said they would hate to see Adeyemara go to the Thunder. You might see Adeyemara go to the Thunder. Burries and Landenberg are off the board. Nate Ament, who is projected to go 9. Is Nate Ament going to drop? Nate Ament going to drop out of the lottery? Breaking Bad, yeah, boys, I really like Breaking Bad, but I never saw Better Call Saul. Bob Odenkirk, thank you. Bob Odenkirk, I couldn't remember his name. Yes. I really like Nobody 1. Nobody 2 was okay, but I thought the first one was much better. Son of Scar, yeah, this dude's crying. And why not? He's a lottery pick. He's going to get to play with Steph Curry and get coached by Steve Kerr. Not a bad deal for a rookie. So, Gribbler, the way I have this set up today, for anybody coming in, the best players available are on the right. That board does not update, or the best player available list by ESPN's on the right. Underneath us, right below my hand, is on the clock. The clock is over here. Who's picking? The best available player, and then the best fit. So, they're still saying Nate Ament is the best available player. They're just going by their ranking on the right. But Adeyemara would be the best player for the Thunder, the best fit. I think the Thunder dump salary to keep the bigs. They don't get Mara. Okay, the Drew Show. Sugar Ray Cherry says, Better Call Saul is better. I've never seen it. Just watch it. Adeyemara goes to the Thunder and they trade Chet LMFAO. With Sorber getting healthy, he might look elsewhere. Oh, you're right, Jeremy. You're right. Let's not forget they drafted Thomas Sorber last year. Do we want Nate if he falls? So Maxwell, if Adeyemara, or do we want Nate if he falls? At 20? I have to defer to the chat on that. If Nate Ament, he's a 6'10 power forward, he's a little light, 207 pounds. Pick 20, I need some work, but this is a guy that's projected to go 9th-ish. If he dropped to 20, I think we'd have to take him, right? Although somebody just said pass. Mario said pass. Chet is literally good against anybody not named Wemby or Scotty Barnes. Okay. Thunder fans don't want Ament. It seems like nobody wants him. OKC could trade the pick. Nate Ament is like Zachary Rasache. All right, well that's not the best. That's not the best comparison. Zachary Rasache did not have a great second year with the Atlanta Hawks. Decent rookie season. Actually finished second in rookie of their voting. Did he not? Not so good this year. Ament is slow as molasses and no explosiveness. Can't shoot. Okay. There's a reason he's dropping. All right. All right. So Black and Silver dropping Ament at 20. All right. Chan Boogie, thank you for stopping in. Nate Ament is more like a 6'10 wing. He has a lot of upside, but he's slow and can't shoot. Wow, Maximus, how do you really feel? Eyes in the dark. Zachary Rasache was the #1 overall pick in 2024. It was Zachary Rasache, then Alexander Sarr. Sarr made it seem like he did not want to go to the Atlanta Hawks, which is why they did not pick him. Reed Shepherd went 3rd. Stephon Castle went to our Spurs at 4th. 6'10", 200 pounds is absurd. You know what's even more absurd, Boris DL? That's about how much Chet Holmgren weighs, and he's like, 7'2"? How's it, Des from Sydney, Australia? Thank you for stopping in. The pick is in for the Thunder. What are the Oklahoma City Thunder going to do? Are they going to draft one of the top 2 picks that are remaining on the board, Nate Ament or Adeyemara, or do they take somebody unexpected like a Kareem Lopez or Hans Steinbach? Drew, show you're right. Wasn't Chet sub 200 pounds when he was drafted? Sad town he might have been. I heard the Bucks turned down a Giannis offer from a Western Conference team. Curious who that was. They also turned down the Celtics were looking to move on from, apparently looking to trade Jaylen Brown, which I was a bit surprised at. Breaking up Tatum and Brown, who went to 2 NBA Finals together and won 1. I'm still thinking that Giannis trade, I think it's going to not work out for the Heat. I could be totally wrong. If they won a title, then I'm clearly wrong, and my video today won't age well. I think they gave up too much. Too many young players. It absolutely decimated their bench. Their starting lineup is going to be fantastic if everybody's healthy, but they have no bench. Jaime Jaquez Jr. was, second or third and sixth man in the year. Khalil Ware was developing very well. Kasparis Giacchionis was looking pretty good as a rookie. Tyler Hero, they lost the starter. Of course, Hero's been injury prone as well. All the picks, I don't know. It's a win now move, and I don't think they're good enough to win the Eastern Conference. But we'll see. I would not be shocked, Boris Diaw. Yeah, and Thanasis will be there too. They got to be bringing the brothers, right? You can't have Giannis on the Heat without all the brothers there. Giannis and Bam should be a combo, although Blue Drew, I'm not sure we'll see Bam score 84 or 80, whatever points. He's 83 points, whatever it was in a game with Giannis there. Oh, is that what it is? The frame photographs? All right. Whose mom is 6'3", Joshua? Wait, is it... Who are we talking about? Landenberg's mom? All right. Let's get the Thunder pick. Let's do it. Who are the Thunder going to pick? At pick number 12, they also pick at number 17. The pick is in. We're just waiting, as usual. All right. Here comes Adam Silver. Thunder taking.
Pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Adai Mara from Zaragoza, Spain.
Yep, as predicted. Mara goes to the Thunder. That's what we all expected, right? If the Warriors didn't draft him, Mara goes to the Thunder. 7'3" big man. That's a lot of size on their team now. Holy crap. Mara's 7'3", Chet is 7'2". I don't know if they're going to retain Hartenstein. Damn. Not a shocker at all. Another big for OKC. Of course OKC drafts well. Sam Presti. Larry Garner, go Spurs, go to you. Spurs, y'all can have Chet if you want. No, Hartenstein's the one that's going to be gone. I think, didn't Hartenstein have a contract extension? Wasn't he due? Damn. The 2025-26 Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year is now on the Thunder. Yeah, Hartenstein's gone. He's gone. And Texas Forum, we should not have let Sam Presti walk out the door. Mars too slow to guard Wemby. Maybe. That's a big dude. That is a big dude. What does he weigh? Like, what does it show? His weight's not there anymore. What does he weigh? Like 260? Imagine being drafted and your first assignment to cover Wemby. Maybe not. We saw the Thunder put Alex Caruso on Wemby. Right? We've seen teams successfully put smaller players. Alex Caruso, Dylan Brooks. Just because they have a big doesn't necessarily mean they're going to put the big on Wemby. Hartenstein to the Spurs? No. Tane 950, yes, we absolutely need another big. And Joshua, yes, winning championships, making the Western Conference Finals, and getting lottery picks is crazy. Larry Gardner with the $2 Super Chat says, Rock Pounder loading. Go Spurs go. 100%. Larry, thank you for that $2 Super Chat. Go Spurs go to you. Yaxel's gone, Texas made. Yaxel Landenberg went to the Golden State Warrior. He gone. Landenberg is gone. Are we sure Wemby's on a beef with what? I believe Hartenstein is a free agent, yes. Drew Show, we'll find out. I think they're going to run both. They're going to run Chet and Mara. I don't know if they're going to run a Twin Towers scenario. All right, so available on the board, Nate Ament. Then Heinz Steinbach, Kareem Lopez, Christian Anderson Jr., Alan Graves, and then LeBaron Finland Jr. Probably saying his name wrong. Chung, some folks are saying get Hartenstein in the chat. I don't know. Tane 950, I agree with you. They drafted him because of Wemby, no doubt. Dyer's first fan says we're going to get Alan Graves. Some fans want Alan Graves. Some fans do not. Mara is the third 7'3" player drafted in the first round in the last 10 years. I believe that's what it said. As I started reading it, they pulled it down. I don't think Wright will go best available. It's if it's not a big. Gotta be a big. Road Trip says this draft sucks. Jim, what's going on? I'm by phone for a call. Okay. Mavs took Morez at 9. He's probably going to tell him they pass him. I was shocked he's picked that soon too, but it is what it is. Hartenstein definitely more playable than Biyombo, Olynyk, or Plumlee. Yes, eyes in the dark. I agree 100%. The Bucks reach again. This is the Bucks pick, isn't it? This is actually the Milwaukee Bucks pick, right? It says the Miami Heat, but the Bucks actually own this pick because of the Giannis trade from yesterday. So, yeah. And then up next, we have the Charlotte Hornets picking 14th. I think we're going to commercial. We're going to commercial break. Some folks would like Nate at pick 20. Some don't. I guess I'd have to be neutral because I don't know enough about him. Let me see where Tankathon has him. I like Tankathon. I know some people do, some people don't. I like Tankathon. Tankathon's big board. They have Nate Ament at 10. I'm going to pull up Nate Ament's scouting report real quick while we're streaming here. We're in a commercial break. Let's see if I can get Babcock Hoops up real quick and see what they have to say about him. Nate Ament's scouting report. I use Babcock Hoops throughout the before the draft, so I'm just going to stick with the same thing. We do have a Nate Ament scouting report. All right, 6'10", 207-pound forward. He'll be 19 when the season starts out of Tennessee. Strengths are he's 6'10", frame with coordination, fluidity, and speed in the open floor. He's a face-up threat who can attack off the dribble, finish with either hand, and stretch the floor. He's got some shooting potential. He's got a high release, smooth mechanics, and long-term three-point projection. He sees over defenses and can deliver accurate cross-court passes. Switchable defender with good foot speed and instincts. Active on the glass with potential to improve as he has strength in regards to his rebounding. And his composure. Calm demeanor and plays with poise, rarely rushed. As far as concerns, strength and physicality, needs to add muscle, can get bumped off his path and struggles finishing through contact. He's 6'10", 205 pounds, that makes sense. His offensive efficiency, must improve his shot selection and consistency as a scorer. Shot speed, smooth mechanics, but could benefit from a quicker release. In regards to his creation passing, solid foundation, but can tighten his handle and cut down on turnovers. What were the big concerns you guys had with Nate Ament? And other concerns, I should say as well, since he's clearly dropping down boards. What are your biggest concerns with Nate Ament if he was to drop to pick number 20? Just wondering. I don't see anything in the scouting report, really, that, a lot of that stuff I've seen with a lot of other guys I've talked about on the channel. Please get Alan Graves out of here before Wright picks. Sounds a little like Wemby, yeah. I was hoping this. Omar Gonzalez says he would hoping the Spurs would have gotten rid of Mitch. No. If they have another playoff meltdown like this year at any point, then that talk might get a little more. He does need to put on weight. Yes, Kikam, like 207 is way too light. Wemby, Torch, Gobert, and Hartenstein. Mars a worse defender than both of them. Okay. Ament is too thin, can't shoot. Inconsistent. All potential. Okay. Yeah, he is built like Wemby Gray. I mean, 6'10", he should be at least 220, 225. He's 207. Yeah, he's got to put some weight on. There are only two Wemby stoppers in the league. Wemby and Mitch Johnson. That's a good one. And you're not really wrong there, William Juvie. So good hair would like Carr to fall to number 20. Bert, which Mexican guy? You talking about, is Kareem Lopez a Mexican guy? I think. Yeah, the Bucks have pick 13. That's not me, that's ESPN. I can't change that. Chris Sinek Jr. is 239. And he's, what's Sinek? Is he like 6'11"? Only 3 years in Wemby's career, and we already acting very spoiled with some of these chats. Let us have it, though. We were bad for a long time. I'm guessing it didn't go well. Slow, skinny, not a shooter. It's slow and skinny, not a shooter. Okay. Slow and skinny, not a shooter. I'm ready for the Miami Heat pick whenever ESPN gets to it. I'm a troll. I would not mind Tyrese Reed Jr. He's a big dude. He's like 6'10", 260 pounds. I think we might have to move up a little bit to get him in the second round or late first round. I'm not 100% sure where he's going to go. The pick coming in. This will be the Milwaukee Bucks pick, don't forget. The Heat are picking it, but it's going to go to the Bucks because of the Giannis trade. Giannis. So the Bucks get picks number 10 and 13 in this draft. Not bad. And Adam Silver on his way. Yep. Here he comes.
With the 13th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Miami Heat select Nate Heyman.
He's off the board. Nate is gone, guys. We don't have to talk about it anymore. Nate is being drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks. He will not fall any further. He was projected to go around number 9. He goes to at number 13 to the Bucks. So Nate off the board, Ade off the board, Braden off the board, Luxembourg off the board. There are best players available. And our pick is in that realm. Just to let, oh, you didn't know. Yes, Nate is off the board. Larry Gardner, thank you for that. He says, hit that like button, Spurs fam. You know what? Let's get some pop-up here. You're right. They're not technically official yet, but I mean that's where he's going to go. One where he's gone. Nice. Well, he's Son of Scar. Don't forget, once the Giannis trade is finalized, that 13th overall, the 13th overall pick from Miami is actually going to go to the Milwaukee Bucks. The 13th pick was part of the Giannis trade yesterday. Brea, go Spurs, go to you. All right, we're almost out of the lottery, guys. Pick number 14. Some of the guys that we've wanted are that we've talked about on the channel are available. Alan Graves is still available. Chris Sinak Jr. A lot of you have mentioned Cameron Carr, Jaden Quintance. Moritz Johnson Jr., if you're not aware, is off the board. He was drafted 9th by the Dallas Mavericks. Rory, we picked number 20. Number 20 by the Spurs. I would like Heinz Steinbach. I don't think he's going to be available. If he drops to number 20, that's a huge win for the Spurs. You guys think the Hornets take him? Who was their starting center? The guy that was always injured, right? He was actually healthy this year. Drawing a blank on his name. Nate should have gone 10th. Well, they got him on 13. Ben Simmons, Mustachio, isn't playing basketball anymore. Go Spurs Go 9099 has us taking Chris Sinak Jr. Infidel. Spurs have picks number 20, 35, 42, 44. I would say this is the player to draft no matter what your team needs because you can always trade him. Crash Farmer, yeah. Draft the best player available. You can always trade him. Ben Simmons is a fisher now. That is correct, DJ Rose. Mercer said it too. Ben is now a professional fisherman. Charlotte Hornets are on the clock, and we're finally getting close to our Spurs pick. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's in the chat. Builder of UCLA is a great second-round pick as a backup power forward. The OKC is not taking another center, no. The Hornets are taking Haynes. Is it Haynes or Hans? It's Hans Steinbach, right? I read it as Haynes. Hans Steinbach. Road trip Wyatt, first draft in a while. Oh, you feel sad. I know we've had our way the last 3 years, have we not? Wemby, Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper. Picks 1, 4, 2, and now we just wait. We're not used to this. We're not used to waiting, right? I've heard Kai Soda's trying to... yes, he is. Hollow, I believe. Somebody said he's playing with the Magic in the Summer League. So, JP, I don't think Zuby's going to go as high as 20. I think he's projected late first round. I've seen him go... he's actually projected at 26 on ESPN's board. A lot of you said you want Zuby. If we take him, I don't know a lot about him. Our UConn guys, for any of the UConn fans in the chat, Alex Caravan's projected to go 31st, which would be the first pick in the second round. Terrace Reed Jr., 33rd. Let's get our draft board projection back to where it's supposed to be. Will Heinz Steinbach go to the Hornets? We'll see. I don't think Graves is going to drop to the second round. That will be shocking. And Chris Haynes, I believe Walker Kessler wants a really huge extension, which is why he hasn't re-signed with the Jazz. JGB, hello to you. What's up, Team Prism? Thank you for stopping in. Who is Bennett Sturts? That's the guy from Commando.
Come on, Bennett. Drop that chicken soup gun.
Bennett. Go Spurs Go. Been here since the Lonnie Walker draft. That's 2018, right? Zuby's a very similar to Merez Johnson. 1 inch shorter, 1.5 inch less wingspan. Okay. I don't know what Wemby's doing in the offseason yet. If we take another guard, chain 950. Bennett's a point guard in the draft. Where is he ranked? Is he ranked as a first rounder? I don't even see him. That's the top 40 picks. I don't see him. All right, still waiting on the pick is in. We're waiting on ESPN now. Oh, did I pass him? Is he ranked? Oh, he's ranked 20th. He's actually ranked right. He's right at number 20. All right, my bad. Literally our number. Okay, Hornets pick is in. Dallas is too tall, Brian. I think they're going to move on from one of their bigs. Possibly. I think you guys were saying in the chat earlier, maybe Gafford. We'll see. We are waiting for the Hornets pick. Is Steinbach going to be the guy to go? He is the best player available. I hope we get a power forward. SGA flags to the Thunder? What? No. Michelob, no trade so far. A bit behind the draft. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Alma, gotcha. Correct, Dragon. Yes. He's going to have to play well in Summer League if he's going to want to get signed by the Magic or anybody for that matter. AJ is not available. I think the next pick is coming up. He said send it back to the... Yep, here we go. The last lottery pick of the draft. Is it Steinbach? Or is he going to fall out of the lottery?
We have a trade to announce.
Oh!
As part of a deal to be finalized later, the Miami Heat are trading to Milwaukee Bucks the draft rights to Nate.
We knew that! I hate it when he does that.
And with the 14th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Charlotte
Steinbach.
Hornets select Hannes Steinbach from Würzburg.
No shocker there, guys. They always announce the trades that already have that we know about. All right, so Steinbach's off the board. Kareem Lopez is still up there. Merez Johnson Jr. is the only player that moved way up in this draft so far, moving to projections around the mid-teens, jumping up to number 9 with the Dallas Mavericks pick. Yes, he was SGA. No argument from me there. I was all excited. I was like, a trade that we already know about. Great. Douche. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Perry, they pick at 17. All right, so no shocker there that Steinbach is not available for Spurs fans at 20. Yes, William GB, I agree. The trade announcement should have come before the Heat's pick. That makes no sense to announce it after the pick. That's stupid. I think they did that last year too, which confused a lot of folks. Bert, it's ESPN's big board. Bert unknown. So this is ESPN's ranking. The reason I have this is if any player jumps significantly from where they're projected to go. This board beneath is ESPN's best available and best fit. The players available here are... everybody's available here except for Merez Johnson Jr. They did that last year too, William, and I don't remember liking it last year either. Texan Swarm says Cameron Carr is the guy of his dreams. Cameron Carr is projected to go 21st according to ESPN, so he might be there at 20. Cameron Carr is 6'5", is he not? I just don't want another 6'5" guy. Thank you, American Heritage. But what is the riddle of steel? Scheme says Jaden Quintance or Chris Sinak Jr. Joshua wants us to trade back. Cameron Carr to OKC. The Renee. I don't know. Carr is getting mocked to the Bulls a lot. Well, they're on the clock. Kareem Lopez is the best player available. Seems like Cameron Carr might be a little bit of a reach. One thing we know, though, is mocks don't always... Things rarely go 100% to mocks. Gerber says Wemby's training with Navy SEALs in the offseason. Nice. I don't want another small guard either. Cam Carr is the best available on the channel ESPN. Well, both of these are from ESPN, so I don't know what to tell you. So ESPN is contradicting itself. That's literally ESPN's board I grabbed yesterday. That's ESPN's website. So if they're saying something different on their broadcast, I don't know what to say. These must be done by different analysis. By the way, they have Dirk talking and I can't hear him. Is Dirk silent right now? We can't hear him. Dude, they just had Dirk on. Was my audio messed up or could nobody hear Dirk Nowitzki? I'm a troll says, I do really feel Alan Graves will be the Spurs' choice. Cry face. All right, so Dirk was silent but deadly. Okay, it's not just me. Nobody could hear him. Yeah, where ESPN does have a lot of analysis. Oh, my LCS is live on whatnot. Pokemon, though. I don't care about Pokemon. Dirk was muted. Okay. How rude. We're going to commercial break. Yeah, you're right. Who did this could be one ESPN analysis. Whoever did this one could be another one. Whoever's on the TV is probably a different one. What do I think of Henry Vassell of North Carolina? I didn't look into him. When is he projected to go? SBD, silent because Dirk. Nice. He was muted for me, Kitten Face. With the 20th overall pick.
The San Antonio Spurs select Al Bundy.
He did get 4 touchdowns in a game. Dylan Harper says, someone take Greaves, please. Bryce Johnson Jr. got drafted, Cameron. So this is just the draft board. It's not who's available. I probably should have did this a little different. I was trying something different this year. These are the best players available. Or this is the ranking to kind of give me an idea of where a player jumped or fell. But it's not who's available. If Lopez and Johnson were off the board, I could just do that, and that would be a little easier. But Kareem Lopez is still available, which is why I have him on the board. I'm sorry if that was a little confusing. I really wanted to do something different this year for you guys. Basically, congratulations. I've known you since you're born and followed your journey. Really proud of you and thankful you didn't get your dad's athleticism. Nice. Well, I can't switch it to Tankathon now, Renee, because I've already made this whole giant board, and I like Tankathon, though. I thought for sure, it's because I'm using ESPN's ranking, that the best player available, I think it's actually matched up here pretty well. They say Kareem Lopez is the best player available. Kareem Lopez is available on this. He's the next best player available on this draft board. So I think this is mimicking this, which is what I wanted. Lopez is a 6'9", longer, faster Keldon. All right. So he'd be bigger than our current Johnson. Okay. Roddy says Sinak. A lot of people are wanting Chris Sinak Jr. I'm fine with that. In a perfect world, where does OKC finish next season? In a perfect world, dead last. That's where Tony 02510. Thank you for stopping in. We're getting close to pick 20. Pick 15 is on the or is in. We're waiting for them to announce the Bulls pick because ESPN has been dragging this out like they always do. Moritz Johnson Jr. is the only player off the board from the list over here. He was drafted by the Mavericks at number 9, which so far has been the biggest move of the draft, moving up 6 spots. The biggest fall has been Nate Ament, who fell from number 9 to 13 based off this draft board. If you see, Nate was right here at 9, picked by the Bucks or the Heat at 13, which will go to the Bucks, of course, with the Giannis trade once that's finalized. If we get a 6'3" guy, I'm going to cry. I might cry, too, if we get a 6'3" guy. Joshua Burns, you really don't want Alan Graves, huh? So Dirk was audible on ABC, but not ESPN. Interesting. I know, Bert. I hear you. ESPN's coverage of this has been not optimal. I don't like their coverage. It is what it is. And if we draft Graves, can we trade Coach Clapper? Mitch is going to be here next season, guys. He got his team to the finals. Let's cut him a little slack. He got outcoached severely in the finals. I'm not going to act like that didn't happen. Severely outcoached. But I think he should get another chance with the team. ESPN is poop, Chris. All right, can we find out the pick here for the Chicago Bulls? Pick number 15, just outside the lottery. They didn't do it during the commercial break, did they? No, okay. I got to think Adam Silver's coming out. Yep. Kareem Lopez?
With the 15th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select Dalen Swain from the University of Texas.
What? Oh my gosh! Whoa! Swain at pick 15? Wow, he jumped way up. He was projected to go low 20s. He goes 15 to the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, that seems like it might be a bit of a reach. That is not what I expected. Real Bobby February, thank you for stopping in. All right, so pick 9 and 15 are the surprises of the draft right now. I did not have that on my draft board, let me tell you right now. Did not have that on mine. Key comic book hunter, who might we get? Swain jumps way up. Yeah, Drew Show. I was gonna say, don't they have a lot of guards still? They moved on from AO, but all right. Or wait, they moved from AO or Kobe White or both? They moved on from Kobe White. Did AO get traded too? Gosh, I don't know what's going on in Chicago. Workforce player, I think Chris Sinak Jr. is still available. So this is the best player available board. Morez Johnson Jr. has been. You know what? I can edit this. Hold on, TSR. I can edit this for you guys. If I open this with Paint, yes, I said Paint. I can actually remove these guys that are on the board. It just hit me. All right, so Morez Johnson Jr. Gone. Dalen Swain. Gone. I hit save. There we go. I did it. Best players available. Would you guys want Kareem Lopez if he's available at 20? I did it. Is that better? I'm always trying to do stuff here. I don't do stuff. Best players available on the board. Jimmy Expose, I don't think they're going to draft you. I'm sorry, my guy. Best players available to my left, on your right. I mean, Kareem Lopez is projected to go in the lottery. If he fell to 20, Lopez can't shoot. Damn it! We don't need another guy that can't shoot. He's a project. I didn't do any research on him because I did not think he would drop to 20. So the Grizzlies are on the clock with another pick in the first round. They drafted also third overall. They took Boozer. I don't think they're going to take another forward, so I don't see him taking Lopez. Would they take Christian Anderson? I don't know what they'll do. Phil, what's going on? Thank you for stopping in. Phil's stopping in as we're getting closer to pick number 20. Appreciate y'all being here. Can we get this? Can we get the thumbs up to 300 tonight? I guess that'll be the goal. 300 thumbs up. We're at 263. We're starting to pull in some people here as we're getting closer to the Spurs pick. Let's get the 300 thumbs up. I'll be happy with that. Just like the movie, which I do love that movie a lot. Pop, where are you at? One more time. That's right. Kareem was Keldon. I think I still want somebody bigger. Thank you, Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow, my favorite G.I. Joe guy of all time, by the way. Just throwing that out. Think OKC might ditch Chet. A lot of people are saying that. I don't think they're... No. I don't see him ditching him. I can actually... Can I make this best players available a little easier to see, too? Let's see. Can I... There we go. Make it just a little bigger for your eyes. Huh? Let's get Simmons back. Which Simmons? All right, so best player available for the Spurs right now would probably be... I think it's probably Chris Sinak Jr. Some of you saying Cameron Carr. Thank you, Perry Perez. A few of you have said, make it smaller? Oh, do you actually want to be able to see more of it? Well, now you can see a whole bunch of it. Now you got 14 to 24 on the board. I guess that's probably optimal. Jaden Quentin, you guys, the injury history really is a big concern for me. I don't know what I will root whoever the Spurs pick. MF, thank you for stopping in. Drew says, I'm getting a bad feeling about this. We're getting a small guard. What's up, Melissa? Thank you for stopping in. Nope, just me in the Couch Contingent tonight. No Miss TSR. Oh, Couch Contingent tonight. A lot of you are loving Cameron Carr to the Spurs. We need size, though. And if we don't get size in free agency or trade, Cameron Carr is not going to help our undersized problem. It's just going to exasperate it, which is what I don't want. If you think they're going to let Chris follow the Spurs, they will draft him just the Spurs. You talking about Chris Sinak Jr., G-Gen? 3 Bears, what's going on, my guy? I did not look into the Randall trade much, Georgie. I know he was traded. I forgot to research it. I've been busy with work and life and stuff. Oh, Sinak Jr. to this. Do you think the Thunder will draft Chris just to spite us? So they would take another big? Well, that'd be brutal. I think Adam Silver might be coming out here any second. This should pick up speed now with the lottery being over. Yep, here he comes. Memphis Grizzlies pick is in.
The 16th pick in the 2026 NBA draft.
Lopez.
The Memphis Grizzlies select Bennett Sturts from the University of Iowa.
Wow. Bennett. Come on, Bennett. Drop that chicken soup gun. You want to stick knife in me and twist it. Bennett Sturts. Is this a reach? I don't know a lot about him. I did not look into... There's certain players I did not look into because as a Spurs fan, if I didn't think we were going to draft him, I did not look into them. Bennett Sturts. Gone. All right. He's off the board. I figured out to make the board work for y'all. He's up. Best player available is off the board. Is he the best three-point shooter in the whole draft? Sources. Memphis is trading number 16 pick Bennett Sturts to the Thunder for 2 second-round picks. Whoa! You guys see that? Look. From Shams. Yo! Right here. Look on the bottom left. Memphis is trading number 16 Bennett Sturts. I don't want to make it any more confusing. So, wow, Bennett Sturts is going to the Thunder for 2 second-rounders. So the rich keep getting richer. 2 second-rounders for a 16th overall pick? I guess they are taking 3 players in the first round. Y'all keep... not you guys. Some people are saying, TSR, we don't want to draft rookies. The Thunder are doing it. Why did Memphis do that? All right, well, an elite shooter to the Thunder now. Great. That's fantastic. I don't know what to say about the Thunder. Seriously, the rich keep on getting richer. It does feel like a donation cheese. OKC got the tallest and shortest player in the draft. Did they really? Thunder, FU Spurs. That's what it's feeling like. What about Bob? The Thunder are literally doing this to the NBA right now in this draft. I mean, we have a zillion second rounders. Couldn't we have traded up and gotten this guy? Yeah, they are. Bert, that wasn't a lottery pick. Top 14 in lottery picks. That was just outside the lottery. Technically, you can trade whoever you want pick-wise for any pick. You could say I'm trading my 14th overall pick for a 37th overall pick. I don't know. I don't believe there's any provisions to stop that from happening. It would certainly raise some eyebrows. Beavis, yes. The Spurs could have did something like that. And OKC, don't forget, Nikola Topic hasn't really had a chance to develop into the player he could possibly be someday. They're getting the guy they drafted last year that got hurt, the center, the 6'10 center. They keep reloading. And this is what I keep saying I want the Spurs to do. People keep telling me, no, TSR, don't get rookies. This is what I want the Spurs to do. Keep lock and loading these young guys to come up and develop while you have your main guys out, your top 9 to 10 rotation, have these other guys ready to go and take over in a couple years. Drew Show with the $5 Super Chat says, Milwaukee is in crisis after that trade, while dumpster fire franchises like the Bulls, Memphis, and others just keep doing what they always do. LOL. I think Milwaukee's going to be trending in the right direction, the Drew Show, soon. They got to get that Damian Lillard contract off the books, which is going to be there for 4 years. But I think hitting the reset button instead of keep trying to just throw darts at the dartboard with Giannis, that needed to stop, and it finally stopped. They were doing that by bringing Damian Lillard in, which turned out to be a disaster. Then they brought Miles Turner in. That wasn't the answer. So they did the right thing to finally moving on from him. John Ray, I don't know where Hartenstein's going. Are the Thunder going to really get 3 first-rounders here? That would be absolutely insane if they do. William Juby, I think Chip Engelland was a contract issue. I don't remember exactly. Adam Silver's probably going to announce... He announces stuff out of order. The Thunder are off the clock here. Oh, we have another reported trade. The Grizzlies received the 17th overall pick and 2 second-round picks. The Thunder received... All right, so this is part of the trade as well. All right, they swapped picks. So the Thunder are not getting 3 first-rounders. This is going to be the Grizzlies pick. So just saw it on ESPN. They swapped picks, and the Thunder gave them a few second-rounders. Okay. There you go. So OKC is picking for Memphis, correct. So whoever gets picked here will go to the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah, that sounded extremely suspect. I was like, how? What? No, there was more to the trade than meets the eye. Makes a lot more sense, Dreamer. Yeah, my dog, we should be using our second rounders for something. They're showing Cameron Carr right now. Are they expecting Cameron Carr to be the pick by the Grizzlies? Well, the Thunder to go to the Grizzlies? Yeah, they moved one up for Sturts. They got shooting. Yeah, Bert, you were right. Not the full trade. It didn't make sense. Makes sense now. All right, the pick 17, which will go to the Grizzlies, should be coming in any second now. They keep showing the where Adam Silver should be coming out, but he's not coming out. So Memphis and the Thunder flip-flop picks, and the Grizzlies pick up a few second rounders. All right, who's going to the Grizzlies? Seriously. All right, we're not going to Adam Silver. We're back to the people talking at the table. Christian Royce, thank you for the thumbs up. Memphis going to be good. You guys think Memphis taking Boozer? Okay, we'll see. Go find out at some point here in the near future, I think. Tane says, I'm not liking what's on the table. It's Kristanak Jr. A lot of you don't want Alan Graves. Seems like there's a couple that do, but a lot of people do not. Kareem Lopez is still on the board, which I thought he'd be gone by now. He was projected to be a lottery pick. He's fallen out of the lottery. 77 Blue Silver. I would like Terrace Reed Jr. But is he going to be a late first rounder or a second rounder? Jonathan, what is going on here with Jonathan?
With the 17th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Ebuka Okori from Stanford University.
What?
Wow.
Huh?
Ebuka Okori, the ACC scoring champion.
Wait.
Out of Stanford.
Was he a first rounder? Oh, 24. 24. All right. Wow. So he's going to the Grizzlies. Okay. Ebuka Okori. All right. This draft is now getting really wonky. Things are way out of order. You're out of order. Another Grizzlies trade. Memphis is trading number 17 pick to the Detroit Pistons to move back to 21 for 3 seconds. What is happening here? Grizzlies trade, so they're trading Ebuka Okori to the Pistons to move back to 21 for 3 seconds. Is that the deal here? All right, so things are getting a little crazy here. All right, getting a little weird. Yeah, goodbye John Morant, maybe. We might not have had much action in the first 10 picks, minus Morez Johnson Jr. moving up. But the draft board now is all sorts of out of order. Memphis just picked up 5. Did they pick up 5 second rounders? Is that how many it is? What are they going to do with them all? Yeah, Key Comic, we're doing nothing. Melissa, good evening. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier. I worry about Jaden Quinton's injury, Brian. No, Ja's not gone in, rookie, but people are speculating John Morant will get traded away from the Memphis Grizzlies. All right, the Hornets are on the clock again? Good grief. Best players available. It's getting a little lean there. We don't know what tier the second rounders are. That's a good point. Cameron Carr is still on the board. Chris Sinak Jr., Alan Graves, Jaden Quintons, all players we talked about on this channel. Well, I didn't actually talk about Carr much. You guys have talked about him. You might be right, the Drew Show. I think they need to move on from John Morant. I just don't know what they can get from him. He's been injured a lot. He's a knucklehead. Doesn't seem to be the same player he's been. Injuries mounting up. I don't know. Coyote Boop won the Spurs pick. Okay. Deal. Sloppy falling off the couch a little bit. I want him to fall. Everybody's here tonight, by the way. The Couch Contingent's all here. They're all representing. Just can't see them. Screens that were obviously a little different than our normal setup. Amros from San Antonio, thank you for stopping in. Sinek looking safe as worst case. Okay. Gosh, I'm surprised these guys at 23 and 24 went already. Sam, what's up in San Antonio? We need more non-3-point boneheads on the three runners, excuse me, guys that are good 3-point shooters. Killer was 21. I have said that Morez Johnson Jr. was my top pick in the draft. He's long gone. I'm going to stick with Chris Sinak Jr. He's a player I know the most about on the board. So I would go Chris. If we take Graves, I won't be thrilled. It'll be what it is. If we take Quintons, I'm going to hope to heck that he can stay healthy. If we take Cameron Carr, I won't be thrilled with that because now we have another guy that's 6'5". And we have a lot of players that are in that 6'5" range, the 6'4" to 6'6" range. Morez is 6'9". He is. He's long gone. Doesn't matter at this point. I want to take Carr to see. Thanks, Dylan Harper. I don't know if I would rage if we took Cameron Carr, though. Because he's a good player. If we take somebody that I don't see on this draft board, i.e. if they say with the 20th overall pick, the San Antonio Spurs take Ryan Conwell, then I would probably rage. Because first I'd be like, who? Because he's not projected to go in the first round. That would probably get that out of me. I need to get this best players available. Kareem Lopez still on the board. Dropping a bit. guess I can make that a little bigger since a couple guys are off the board. Or a little bit smaller. There we go. There we go. There we go. I'd rather the Spurs trade for 2 first-rounders this year. This is a good draft. I mean, could we get... how about Chris Sinak Jr. and Cameron Carr? We make a trade. We trade our second-round picks and move up, and we get both of them. Not likely. So, and Ricky, some people are a little mixed. And Brian, you're asking too. Kareem Lopez. Seems like some of you would be fine with him at 20. Some would not be fine at 20. Yeah, we don't need another guard. I mean, look at all the guys that we have at around 6'5". De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, David Jones-Garcia, Dylan Harper. That's 7 right there off the top of my head. I'm probably missing somebody. Champagne's 6'7", so he's not in that vein. But Barnes and Champagne are both around 6'7", so I mean they're not too far from 6'5". What's up, Lisa? Your boy says let him rage. The draft is the thing that's got me to rage the most, although I did rage a little bit. I kept it in check when the Spurs blew that 29-point lead versus the Knicks in Game 4. I did drop, hopefully, an inaudible F-bomb, and I accidentally, in anger, called De'Aaron Fox an a-hole. It was, I think, on one of his turnovers in the fourth quarter. One of his 3 turnovers, I believe, in the fourth quarter. I couldn't take it. The collapse, him playing bad, everything just all came out in that one moment. Oscar Wembanyama is not in the draft. Maxwell, I can't get Graves off the board. All right, here we go. The pick is in. Charlotte Hornets.
With the 18th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Christian Anderson Jr. from Texas Tech University.
Christian Anderson Jr. Oh, did I say that too, Bobby? I don't think I said that. I know I called him an a-hole. I don't think I said F you, Fox. I definitely did not say... I may have said the letters. I did not say the actual word. All right. Well, for those of you that don't want Alan Graves, he's still there. He's very much still there. Christian Anderson Jr. to the Charlotte Hornets. We are getting close to our pick, Spurs fans. Pick 19's coming up, and then our San Antonio Spurs. Okay, Bert said I said the letters. You said the words. Nice. But I think all Spurs fans had a right to be extremely angry that night. The worst collapse in NBA Finals history for one game. Not for a series. That is still held by the Golden State Warriors when they blew a 3-1 lead to the Cleveland Cavaliers a decade ago. But for a single game, we have the single game worst choke ever. Damn, he's 6'3". Would have fit him perfectly. Gribble, I'm still going Chris Sinak Jr. On this, the best players available? Chris Sinak Jr. Brian Wright will surprise us all with none of those names. Master Tintin, that is actually something I am worried about, that he will surprise us with none of those names. Three, 6'4" in the guards. Yeah. All right. We're getting close to our pick. We are getting close to our pick, and I am getting nervous. The Toronto Raptors are on the clock with pick number 19. The best available is Kareem Lopez. The best fit, according to ESPN, is Alan Graves. David Jones-Garcia, G Leaguer. William, I kind of agree with that. Who was the worst pick, Primo or Sohan? If we're not talking about the off-the-court stuff, we're just talking about basketball, Joshua Primo was not good his rookie year, and there's not much else to go on. Joshua Primo is no longer in the NBA. Jeremy Sohan is still in the NBA, and I think he'll catch on to a team next year. Probably not a contender. So I would say Joshua Primo's the worst pick. Sohan, the more disappointing pick, because I never saw any flashes, although other people did, from Joshua Primo. Whereas Sohan, I thought maybe we could develop him into something. I thought he would be our power forward of the future. At the start of the season, I actually said our future lineup hopefully someday will be Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Carter Bryant, Jeremy Sohan, and Victor Wembanyama. That's obviously not possible because Sohan's gone. Drew Show drops the 5, says, small guards are in fashion after Brunson wins it all. Coincidence? I think not. Follow the leader. Okay, touche. Yeah. Primo was more of a reach, yes. Sohan, when he went 9th overall, that is a player that was mocked to the Spurs, so him being drafted 9th overall wasn't the shocker that night. Joshua Primo being drafted when he was, I don't think there was any Spurs fan that saw that coming on the planet. Sokuba, a lot of Spurs fans in this chat do not want Allen Graves. What are the Raptors going to do? And then the $1 million question, what is Brian Wright going to do for our San Antonio Spurs? Vip, what's up? The Sandwich Maker, that was 2019. Luka Samanic with the 19th overall pick. Didn't care for Sohan. Didn't have any swag like Castle. Allen Graves greater than Chris Sinek. All right, so there are some people that want Chris Sinek. Actually, nope, same person. Sinek is 6'11". I think, is he 6'11" with shoes, or is he a legit 6'11"? What's up, Rose City? Rose City wants Allen Graves. Yeah, Renerski, you saw what I did there, huh? Nice. I don't want Graves, but this is a good position for us. Graves or Sinek. Yeah, that is one of the two players we have seen mocked to the Spurs. Allen Graves or Chris Sinek Jr. Both are available. He's like 6'10". Graves is a good three-point shooter. You know what, DJM? I don't know who worked out for us. I actually didn't look into that. Because usually I take all that workout stuff with a grain of salt. It could be you actually want the player. It could be a smoke screen. Who knows? Sinek is 10 feet and a quarter without shoes. That is tall. 6'10" and a quarter, I'm thinking. All right, so 6'11" with shoes. Louis Lozano, Chris Sinek Jr. is the player I have looked into the most out of the remaining players, so I'm going to be biased towards a player I know. So Chris Sinek Jr. is going to be my guy. Terrace Reed Jr. Melissa is a player I would like as well. I think we might have to move up into the end of the first round. We have 3 second-round picks, so I'm not opposed to I mean, it's not up to me, but I'm not opposed to the Spurs trading up to get the guy they want. For the love of Spurs Nation, don't draft somebody that makes us all go, who? ERD, Miles Turner might even be available. I could see the Bucks wanting to move on from him. The pick is in for the Raptors. And then our pick is next. Ace Bailey could have been our guy. I think Dylan Harper was the better pick. Bailey was the better fit because we needed a forward, but the better player, and not even close consensus-wise, if you look at NBA analysis, it was Dylan Harper. They made the right pick. Zach Edey is actually pretty good with Memphis, isn't he? He just dealt with the injury this year. Of course, the best ability can be availability, and Zach Edey was not so available. I think Commissioner's about to come out. Yep, here he comes.
With the 19th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Toronto Raptors select Allen Graves from San
All right.
Antonio University.
For those that don't want Allen Graves, he cannot be a Spur unless we trade for him. But Allen Graves is drafted by the Toronto Raptors. He is off the board. So somebody put, thank God. I think it's going to be Chris Sinek Jr. Kareem Lopez is still available. Was supposed to be a lottery pick, and he's not. I see thank gods in the chat. Look at all the thank gods. Captain Cadogan, Jeff, what's going on? Chris Sinek Jr. They say LeBaron Phillips Jr. is the best fit for us. What? Dude, we don't need a... No. How's... No. I actually misread his name. It's not LeBaron Phillip. What? LeBaron Philon Jr., excuse me. 6'4", 185 guard. If we take LeBaron Philon Jr., I might swear. Why would we take a 6'4" guard? What's up, Brian? Another Brian. A lot of Brian's tonight. All right. One of the 3 players a lot of you have been talking about is available. Kristanak Jr., Cameron Carr, and Jaden Quintance. I don't think we're taking Lopez. George, you say Brian Wright is dumb. He's going to do that. Alan
Gravedigger. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Gravedigger.
The Drew Show with the $2 spread says we didn't get Alan Graves. Wow. How do you really feel? Black and Silver, Cameron Carr. I mean, Kareem Lopez, according to ESPN, is the best player available. I know Cameron Carr would bring some things to the Spurs, but I don't want another guy that's 6'4". We're about to lose multiple bigs. They didn't play. Mason Plumlee, Kelly Olynyk, maybe Biyombo, and they might keep him as a locker room guy. Wemby seems to like him. Our pick is coming up, guys. Finally. Our pick is coming up. Let's go. This is the longest we have waited for our pick since 2019 when we took the sandwich himself, Luka Samanic. I don't chase guys down in the preseason. That guy. I've heard some folks say Lopez would, he would sell a lot of jerseys. I don't know. I mean, if we take Lopez, you know what? Let me look up Kareem Lopez real quick if I can. Lopez, the best available player on the board, not a player I scouted because I didn't think he would be available at 20. A few of them did talk about him. I'm going to go ahead and look at him. 6'8", nearly 7 foot wingspan, 220 pounds. So he's not a small dude. I'm going to go to Babcock Hoops because that's where I've been using for all my draft coverage. I'm just going to stick with the same website. Kareem Lopez strengths, potential size, strong frame at 6'8", 220 with ideal forward build, athleticism, coordinated and mobile for his size. Finishing, strong around the basket, embraces contact and converts to physicality. Shooting touch, he's a confident mid-range shooter with balance and good mechanics despite somewhat of a low release point. Off-ball awareness, smart cutter who finds scoring lanes within the flow of the offense and relocates well as a floor spacer. Okay? Defensive versatility, competes with effort and uses his length to guard multiple positions. Instincts and feel, advanced sense of timing, positioning for a player his age. Motor and toughness, plays with consistent energy, effort, and a team-first approach. That's the most strengths I have read on any player in this draft, by the way. As far as concerns, perimeter shooting. Needs to develop more consistency and confidence from three-point range. So this is another non-shooter for the Spurs. Movement fluidity, a bit mechanical in his movements, moves more like a modern forward than a true perimeter wing. Positional identity, still defining his long-term role between forward spots. Handle and left hand. Continued development will help expand his offensive versatility. So he needs to work on his three-point shooting. Half our roster needs to do that. He'd fit in with the crowd. My friends, we're getting close to 400 thumbs up, by the way. Can I get 20 Spurs fans or non-Spurs fans that have not hit the thumbs up? Smash that thumbs up. Is Kareem Lopez the guy? I want Kristanak Jr. I'll be happy with Lopez. He seems like it's Carlos Jeter, ¿cómo está mi hombre? They're showing our last 4 picks: Wemby, Castle, Harper, Bryant. I think I'd be happy with Kareem Lopez. He's projected to be 14th. For him to drop to 20th, I think I'd be happy with Kareem. Very happy with Kristanak Jr., Quintance, and if we take Fallon Jr., I will be very upset. If we take a guy that's not here on the board, I will freaking lose it. If we take LeBron Fallon Jr., seriously. I don't want another 6'3", 6'4 guard. That makes 0 sense. Or 6'2 guard. Pick number 20 is in. Please no spoilers in the chat. I might cover up the chat here until we get the pick. Come on, where are you, Adam Silver? Come on, Brian Wright. Do us right. Anybody else nervous? Just me? They just went back to the announcers. Phillip to replace Fox. Fox is not... We can't move on from Fox yet, guys. We need to rehab his value a little bit. And I think the Spurs will move on Fox at some point, either during the season or after the season, but you want to get max trade value for him if possible. And right now, people are going to remember the struggles in the playoffs. Injured or not, the severity of the injury notwithstanding, other teams are going to remember how he played in the playoffs, especially the finals. He had the injury. He also made some very knucklehead plays. Rehab his trade value a little bit. Is Matt Bonner walking around the background? Yeah, Homer, listen, Kareem Lopez, I would be fine with it. I know he's the shooting concern. He was projected to go 14th, so nab him at 20 would not be the worst thing ever. ESPN had him going at 14th at least. The pick has been in. We're waiting on it. And as you guys said, he would sell a lot of jerseys in San Antonio. That's not the reason to pick somebody. Best player available, Kareem Lopez out of Mexico. I think the best fit would be Chris Sinak Jr. ESPN below thinks LeBaron Fallon Jr. I hope I'm not saying his name wrong. Would be the best fit. I don't want a 6'2 guard. Oh, you guys said Yodi Boop for the Spurs pick. Boop. Thank you, Yodi. Slothy Boop for the Spurs pick. Boop. Thank you, Slothy. All right, they're backing up the camera. Here he comes. Come on, baby. Don't blow this.
The San Antonio Spurs select Jaden Quaintance from the University of Kentucky.
Jaden Quaintance. He measured at 6'9".
Jaden Quaintance, the injuries concern me. The injuries, guys. If he can stay healthy, he'll be huge with us. Yeah, we got a power forward. The injuries are all right. We're gonna look up Jaden. We're gonna go to Babcock Hoops for Jaden Quintance. I'll pull him off the board. This is a high risk, high reward pick, right? I think that's probably a fair way to put it. If he's okay, and I'm sure the Spurs medical staff looked him over, this could be a home run pick for us. If he has any type of injuries in the NBA, this could be an absolutely waste. So yes, this is all upside. This is all upside. Let's look at Jaden Quintance. Because I have not researched. I'll be talking about Jaden Quintance tomorrow, obviously. Going to go to the scouting report for Jaden Quintance. Same website. It makes sense. I got to pull up Jaden Quintance scouting report. All right. Jaden Quintance scouting report. 6'10", 255 pounds. Guys, he's got girth. That's a big dude. He will be... He's actually 18 right now. Is he the youngest player in the draft? He's going to be 19 when the season starts. All right, as far as his strengths, defensive playmaking, elite rim protector with the length, timing, and instincts to alter shots around the basket, active hands that disrupt passing lanes and create turnovers, so he is defense as you guys are talking about. Rebounding, strong presence on the glass with natural tools, instincts, and competitiveness to control the boards on both ends. Physical tools, prototypical modern big measurables, size, length, vertical pop, and mobility, runs the floor well and can finish above the rim with ease. He's got some offensive upside, already effective lob and rim running threat, soft hands and touch give him potential as a face-up scorer, with flashes of shooting range and passing ability. Youth and development window, extremely young for his class, giving him a longer developmental runway than other returners. As far as concerns, consistency, reduction in impact can be streaky, often tied to decision-making and shot selection, has a tendency to settle for jumpers rather than using his size and athleticism to secure easier scoring opportunities. He's still raw as a scorer beyond finishing plays around the rim, needs refinement in post footwork, counters, and overall polish in his face-up game, so it sounds like a project. Shooting reliability. While there's touch to build on, perimeter shooting and free throw consistency remain question marks. His discipline's questioned, at times relies on tools and instincts over positioning, must continue improving fundamentals, footwork, and scheme awareness to maximize defensive potential. And his health. Suffered a significant knee injury, will need to show full recovery and return to explosiveness. I'm trying to stay positive. I don't love the pick. I'm worried. Yup says this is a good bet. If he manages to stay healthy, he's a clear steal. That's a big if. I hope he stays, for the love of Spurs Nation, I hope he stays healthy. He's young. Doesn't sound like he's much of a shooter. Could we have traded back for him? Arno, it's definitely, I think it's more high risk, high reward because there are other players that I think that can maybe contribute in now. I'm rooting for him, and I hope we do something with these 3 second-round picks. We're not going to draft people at 35, 42, 44. Could we move up into the first round? Could we take a security blanket? What about Terrence Reed Jr.? Move up to get Terrence Reed Jr. at the end of the first round or beginning of the second round if that's available. So that way, if Quentin does have any injury issues, you have another big to develop. I don't think we're trading up for Cameron Carr-Tex and Swarm. He's going to go in the next few picks. Kevin, I have not seen his highlights. I'm going to be transparent with you guys, except for what I just saw on ESPN, because I did not think there was any chance we would draft him. So, yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for words. His hair fits. He does have great hair. He does. He can rebound. He's going to be a great defensive player. Fontaine saying JQ is easily a top 10 pick if healthy. Spurs are in a position to take a chance on a player like that at 20. That's fair. JQ free throw percentage 31%. Wait, are you serious? Is he really a 31% free throw shooter? That'd be like the all-time worst in NBA history, wouldn't it? Even worse than Wallace? Troy Pistons, pick is in. Kareem Lopez still on the board. Crazy. He can't shoot free throws. He can't shoot, period. Hey, yes, the draft is 2 days. Round 1 tonight, round 2 tomorrow. So he's an elite defender. His offense is poop. Unless he's around the rim. So he's Ben Wallace. Is that what I'm actually hearing, guys? Is he Ben Wallace? We drafted Charles Bassey. Don't say that. That is not funny. He only attempted 13 free throws. All right, but the free throws he did take, he could not shoot. You know what? Ben Wallace comp. Is that a good comp? Ben Wallace? And DJ Rose with a $2 super chat says, let's have faith in our dev. Our rook's been good. So, DJ Rose, our rooks have been good, but the rooks that we're talking about primarily are Victor Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper.
With the 21st pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Kareem Lopez.
He's finally off the board.
From Hermosillo, Mexico.
Good pick for the Pistons. All right. We get Lopez off the board. He really fell. I think I just heard he's the second Mexican player ever to be drafted. Kristanek Jr. is still available. Interesting. I did not think he would fall as much, but okay. Let's get this way up here. There's your best players available. Cameron Carr is still on the board. Kristanek Jr. is still on the board. Zuby's a player a lot of you like. He's still on the board. Some of you mentioned Koa Pete. This draft is definitely not going the way I thought it would now. You guys are looking for some change-ups, if you will. We got some change-ups. Snack does not. No, he does not get. No, he's not going to get past the Lakers. I agree. Nice to meet you. Yeah, Jan Quintons. Welcome to the San Antonio Spurs. I hope you stay healthy. Kevin Looney is on a big deal. No, what? Kevin Looney? What? Koa Pete is a supersized Keldon Johnson without an outside shot. Peach and Sweet, I'm willing to bet you money that one person did not score all the points for the Knicks. I'm willing to bet you a lot of money that not only one person scored all the points for the Knicks. Because you put all the Knicks points, and I think most people would take you on that bet, right? I know referencing Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson scored a lot of points, but he did not score all the points. No, Dragon, that's not enough data. Little Mo, I'm in shock because I did not see him mocked to the Spurs at all, which mock drafts are just that. They're subjective, they're not objective. I did not think we'd be drafting JQ at all. So I think right now I'm more in shock mode, like what just happened. And there's obviously a lot of huge injury concerns with him moving forward. Hopefully it works out. Well, then, if Jalen Brunson scored all the points, then somewhere the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions because they would have outscored the Knicks 130 to 40 every game. Jacob, I think you guys are going to trade the 29th pick. JQ's comparison is Derek Favors. He's a big dude. So one thing that concerns me as well is a big dude with knee issues, Zion Williamson, has not been healthy since he entered the NBA. The Drew Show with the $10 super chat. Oh, did I miss a prior super chat from you? I can't see anymore if I did. I am sorry. I try not to miss super chats. I really, really try not to do that. I was also looking at the player reviews that may have happened during that. The Drew Show drops a $10 super that says, another reach, just like Primo, with Brian Wright trying to be the smartest guy in the room. Second time's a charm? Probably no. You missed my last chat. Also not going to pick 20 was being called a steal. I'm sorry, Drew Show. I did not see it, but clearly. Here's what we, Raiden, I don't know if he's going to be in the Summer League. If he is, I'll try to call a game or two where he's playing. You have to think, this is where we have to trust something that we don't have any knowledge of and might not be getting any knowledge of, is we have to trust the Spurs medical staff really evaluated the crap out of this kid and said, hey, we're not concerned. He worked out for him. The knee looks good. We think he's going to be okay moving forward. So we'll trust the Spurs medical staff. ACL tear was last March, like March of 25? JQ was 6'9" without shoes? Oh, he's not... Oh, really? So we're getting all the heights with shoes. He's scheduled for a second ACL surgery? No. Is he? Let me ask the Googles on that. That is scary. Is Jaden Quinton scheduled for a second ACL surgery? No, there's no public reporting on that. No. Quinton's underwent surgery in March of 2025 to repair a torn ACL and meniscus in his right knee. Oh gosh, both of them. Complications after rapid recovery. He made his debut for Kentucky in December of 2025, but lingering swelling and soreness limited him to just 4 appearances before being shut down for the remainder of the season. Okay. Because there are no reports of a retorn ligament, it's likely he is focusing on continuing rehab and strengthening the knee rather than additional... Yeah, there's nothing about him getting a second surgery. So, I don't think he's going to have a second surgery. But it was a bad injury. He does have a 7'5" wingspan. I did see that. Joshua loves the pick. I'm hoping. I'm nervous. I'm nervous with the injury, and it's not a player I've really researched because I did not expect him to go to the Spurs. He was not mocked. At least the mock drafts I looked at, not once was he mocked to the Spurs. Alan Graves was mocked to the Spurs. Chris Sinak Jr. Before he flew up draft boards, Morez Johnson Jr. was mocked to us. And that's probably about it. The Knicks getting Chris Sinak Jr. to replace Mitchell Robinson? I don't think Chris is going to be around that long, is he? His highlights are hard to watch. It seems like some of you like the JQ pick and a lot of you don't. Oh, 76er pick is in.
Correct. Here's the commissioner.
Philadelphia.
With the 22nd pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the
What?
76ers select LeBaron Philon Jr. from the
He's finally off the board. Philon is gone. Okay. LeBaron Philon Jr. Did I just hear he's from Philly? Oh, good for him. Good for him. Off the board. And we'll move our board up. Chris Sinek Jr. still available. Cameron Carr still available. Wow. All right, so people, we've had some guys drop tonight. We can squish down a little bit as we're seeing more players now. There we go. Can I do this? There we go. Stretched it out. That's what she said. Hey-o. Big Sean hates the pick. I hate the pick except for when we don't have a lottery pick. Our lottery picks have not always been good either. I think you mean when we have a top 5 pick. G-Gen, that's my concern as well, but we got to think the Spurs doctors have... I got to trust the Spurs doctors. All his videos are showing him landing on his left in a strange 1-2 landing. Rarely both feet and basically never landing on his right, the sleeve leg. So the thing about that is if you're constantly putting extra weight on the originally non-injured leg, you could end up injuring that leg. Doesn't Atlanta have another pick? Do they? Who's up next? Atlanta Hawks are on the clock. Okay. And then up next, the NBA champion New York Knickerbockers. Drew Show, a friend of mine still has a Chrysler LeBaron. It's like a 1990. Convertible. All right, so people are not... It seems like the reaction's quite mixed in the chat on the Jane and Quinton's pick. I hope it works out for us. Spurs doctors are right about Kawhi, yeah. He's better than Luke Kornet at least. Well, okay. Riding with Jesus says, or Jesus. All right, watch the video to make you feel better. I'll obviously talk about him tomorrow. The Rene says, I swear this chat doesn't read chat. Interesting. I'll look into Jaden tomorrow. Obviously, I'll do a video about it. I will grade the pick. No, road trip, it did not. JQ, no IQ. I hope that's not the case. Hey, it's not a guard. It was not a 6'2 guard. At least Kornet made free throws. I gotta look up his stats. Hold on. Let me look up Jaden Quinton's stats while we're talking tonight. JQ, what are your stats looking like? I know he's not a good free throw shooter. You guys have already been very clear about that. Oh, crap. He's not coming up on Basketball Reference. I might have to look for him a different way. No, I don't want to go to YouTube. Go to Google. Jaden Quinton. There's a scouting report. Let me just get his stats. Wait, are those the 4 games with... Oh, the 4 games with Kentucky are it. Wait, as a freshman, he played for Arizona State. So he played 24... I think maybe looking at Arizona State is more the way to go. 24 games, he played 30 minutes a game. He shot 53% from the field, 19% from 3, 48% from the free throw line. So he is an atrocious free throw shooter. 8 boards, 1.5 assists, 1.1 steals, 2.6 blocks, 9.4 points. So he is a shot blocker. Shot blocker and a rebounder. And will finish probably around the rim and not really anywhere else. So he's going to be a bit of a project. And the health, of course. The health will be the big thing. Can he stay healthy? I see another super chat coming in. Nazolism 4898. Spurs got with the $5 super chat says Spurs got the best medical staff. I trust them. Fans crying can go cheer on the Clippers or Kings. The crying fans can still cheer the Spurs. Joshua, did you have one of those LeBarons in the winter? Cam Saint. They're high risk, high reward in my opinion. If he can be healthy, where's he fit in the starting lineup? Because one thing we've talked about on this channel a lot is the floor spacing can be an issue with our team. Well, if Jaden Quinton starts at the 4 right away, which I don't think he will, but if he was to start at the 4, our floor spacing just got considerably worse. Right? And is our projected starting lineup in the future Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Carter Bryant, Jaden Quinton, and Victor Wembanyama? That's an all-defensive lineup. That could be one of the greatest defensive lineups in NBA history. The question is, how will the offense go? Especially when you have two guys that are slashers that don't shoot the 3. Carter Bryant's offense, we don't know what the ceiling is for that. Is he another... Wait, does he wear his hair in a pineapple? Do we draft another pineapple? Oh my goodness. Sounds good, Access. Good luck with that. Eurostar says Jaden won't be playing at all this season. Kid is an 18-year-old project with questionable health. I hope not. That's Mike. That's what I was saying too. William says he's not starting, period. But he has great hair. He's got a floppy pineapple though. So we have 3 pineapples. Devin, Vassell, JQ, and don't forget Stephon Castle, the best pineapple in the NBA. He could sit. All right, so you guys actually, he could sit here. Wishful thinking. Hey, SA Town. Who says JQ is going to be a starter? It's pick 20. This is where role players go. There's been some good players that became starters, not picked as a lottery pick. I'm going to go with the extreme versions. Manu Ginobili, Nikola Jokic, many others. But I'm getting to the Atlanta pick here. Are they going to take Sinek Jr.? Are they going to take Cameron Carr? It's got to be Sinek Jr. or Cameron Carr, right? Yeah, we're going back to... Not there yet. Yeah. Cardin's land 10. High risk, high reward is where I'm at. He has doo-doo dreads. Bryant. Parker was a late first-round pick. That's what I forgot to say. Tony Parker was a late first-round pick. That worked out pretty good. Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick. You can find diamonds in the rough.
With the 23rd pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Zuby Ejiofor from St. John's.
Wow, Zuby! That's a guy a lot of you wanted. A lot of you wanted Zuby. Zuby Ejiofor is off the board. Going to the Atlanta Hawks. Okay. Not what I expected. Let's pull him off the board. Bye, Zuby. Yes, those were audible groans. Yes, they were. Absolutely they were. All right. Sinek Jr. going to the Knicks. CBS Analysis are giving us an A- for drafting Jaden. Really? I am going to grade the draft tomorrow. Obviously, I always grade every draft. I really don't know which way to go with this. I'm not going to give my grade during this stream. Obviously, there'd be no point in you watching the video. I'm torn between liking high risk, high reward, and honestly liking the pick, the high risk, high reward, and hating the pick because of the risk. That was a good pick by Atlanta. What's up, Random? Salute to you. Oh, go New York, go New York, go. Oh, this is awful to hear. The Knicks trade their pick? I don't see anything yet coming up from ESPN. I don't believe Sinek Jr. is high risk, high reward. Probably more medium risk, medium reward. I don't think Sinek had a injury issue coming into the draft, did he? Kyle Bolton, I mean, I could... Lowball IQ people will say it was a good pick. We have no way of knowing. It's right now, it's one thing, it's not subjective, so you can't say your opinion's right and others is wrong. That's not how it works. We're all divided on this. I respect everybody that loves this pick, everybody that hates this pick, and everywhere in between. I honestly don't know where I stand. I will have to figure it out tomorrow when I make the video. Yeah, but Kyle, you also said Joshua Primo was a good pick years ago. In all seriousness, I hope he works out. I really do. And for him, too. Going through a catastrophic knee injury, I hope that he, gets his career on track. As a Spurs fan, obviously I want him to really get his career on track. We'll see. We do have 3 second-round picks. We can still take another big. We could also get the Spurs could rehab him for a year between Austin and just, not rushing him into any type of minutes with the main rotation or even in Austin. And maybe they do get a big in free agency. Maybe they get a John Collins type player. Butterfly, thank you for stopping in. I is a fan of the Janus Quinn pick. All right. He did play 4 games last year. I want Rich's UConn guy. So there's 2. Oh, Terrace Reed Jr. So I have seen him play. Not just on TV, but I've actually been to 2 UConn men games this year. I believe they're blowouts. I think one game went to overtime and UConn won. That was a good one. The other one I think might have been a blowout. I don't remember for sure. But Terrace Reed Jr., I think he'd be a good pick for us as well. 6'10", 260. I don't remember if he can shoot the 3. JQ is DeJounte Blair 2.0, but taller. Oh, here we go. The Knicks are trading number 24 to the Los Angeles Lakers for 25. I got to assume there's something attached to that. Butterfly, you just mentioned a shooter, and it's you guys I'm talking about shooting tonight too. Do we take an Alex Caravan? Jerusa said if Jaden doesn't have wardrobe malfunctions in front of women, he's already better than Primo. That's fair. Melissa says if JQ is back at 100% and finds his potential in the pros, he will be the steal of the first round. To sum this up, Jake will either get a GM a raise or get him fired. That's very fair. Yeah, I agree with what you just said there. Okay, yeah. Yeah, text me. I think I saw in the chat that CBS has given us an A-. Straight to the end of the bench. Probably for now, yes. I don't think he's going to be ready to go for the start of the season. But I'm going to need to check his highlights, do a little more research on it before making a final decision. I think more than anything, I'm still more in shock that we drafted him because I saw nobody mocking him to the Spurs. So mock drafts are just that. They're for fun. They can help you give an idea for a direction of a team, but again, nobody really knows what a team's going to do. And I don't think I saw him mock to the Spurs once, so he was really off my radar. Just completely off my radar. Knicks pick is in, but this is actually going to the Lakers. Just as a heads up, guys, this pick is going to the Lakers. All right, Brian Wright. Not Brian Wright. Adam Silver.
With the 24th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Cameron Carr from Baylor University.
Lakers get Cameron Carr. That's a good pick. Your show drops a $5 Rich says, no way Spike Lee is taller than 5'1". That is so random. I'm taller than Spike Lee. I'm 6'4". Chris Sinak Jr. still on the board. Maybe there's something about him that we don't know about that's causing him to drop. Cameron Carr going to the Lakers. Texas Swarm, are you still here? You got to be hating this. This is the guy that you wanted. And he's going to be a Laker now. You think that Knicks gets Sinak? Spike Lee's 5'7". All right, still taller than him. He's a much better filmmaker than I am, though. Much better. I've made quite a few films. They all suck. Yeah, Tane950. I am 6'4". A lot of people, you can't tell because I'm sitting down. Butterfly, who's available is over on the right. Best player available is, this is ESPN's ranking, so Chris Sinak Jr., Isaiah Evans, Koa Pete, Henry Vassell, Malik Thomas, and then I can actually just, this keeps going until the top 40 picks. I'll do the same thing for tomorrow, and I'll cross the players off the board now that I know I can do that, which I should have known anyway. I blew it. I had one job to do, and I blew it! No, the Lakers... No, this pick is the Lakers. The Lakers got Cameron Carr. This pick is going to the Lakers, guys. The Lakers and the Knicks swapped. So the Lakers pick is going to the Knicks. The Knicks pick went to the Lakers. So Cameron Carr will be a Laker. A lot of you have mentioned Rui Hachimura, but he's not a great rebounder or defender, is he? Isn't he just kind of a younger Harrison Barnes for the most part? Like a little bigger, younger Harrison Barnes? No, Jim Martin. Nobody's picking Chris Sinak Jr. Llama, our next pick is not until the second round, until pick 35, unless we move up. So 265-308. Don't know if we're going to have another pick in this round or if we're done until tomorrow. Roy is a good defender. Well, he's already got one on Harrison Barnes there. All right, so this pick coming up is going to the Knicks. Don't forget, the Lakers traded with the Knicks. I'm guessing the Lakers gave them a second rounder or something, move up one. I don't watch the Lakers, J1. Don't watch the Lakers at all. Could care less. I watch them when they play the Spurs. Honestly, at this point in my life, I don't follow any of the other NBA teams unless we're playing them. I'm transparent. I got way too much going on in life to watch every team. Job, girlfriend, 2 YouTube channels, too many hobbies, comic books, Magic the Gathering. Which, by the way, for my Magic the Gathering crowd, I won both the games I played last night against my buddies. And for the first time in a 4-player pod, I knocked out all 3 players in back-to-back games. How bad? Well, pat on the back. Would I try? At this point, I don't think I would trade up for Chris Sinak Jr. If he's available at 35, I absolutely would take him. But I'm wondering why he's dropping down boards. There's always that question, too, when you see a player that's projected high and starts dropping. Why is he dropping? Yep, Lawrence, you got it. Second round, 35, 42, 44. Rui is a shooter. Yeah, he shot like 42 or 43% from 3 this year, didn't he? Rui is very strong. Ogi strong. Joshua Jefferson is still on the board. Genald, you haven't played Magic in 20 years? It's changed a lot. Upcoming picks, the Nuggets at 26, the Celtics at 27, the Timberwolves at 28, the Cavs at 29, which I think is a pick we might target if we were to trade, and then the Mavericks close us out at 30. Eyes in the dark, I wouldn't be shocked if we move up into the back end of the first round. A lot of people have been speculating on that. We have 3 second rounders. We have a lot of draft capital in the future. We're not using 3 second rounders in this draft. Sinak is afraid of contact, but I still wouldn't mind trading up for him. Okay, black and silver. Is Wemby back in France? Probably. But why is this pick taking forever? This pick is going to the Knicks, by the way, but you had the 5 minutes. Oh, whatever. Is the pick coming out? Adam Silver, where are you? Who's saying you stuck in traffic, or is Adam Silver stuck in traffic? Joshua says they're debating Chris Sinak Jr. I've said this before. That's got to feel terrible when you're projected to go at a certain point, and then you just drop and drop and drop. Sunny day. I'm going to be talking about Jaden Quintans tomorrow. A defensive monster, but also there's some injury risk involved with him. It's because Spike Lee won't shut up. Is that who's talking right now? Spike Lee's not out there. Spike Lee's not on my TV. I got the ESPN crew. Do you guys at ESPN on ABC or something? Adam Silver's already gone to bed. Adam Silver will not be here tomorrow. It's the Asian guy. Shoot. Mark? Who's the little Asian guy for round 2, guys? What's his name? He also announced the lottery picks. Dang it, I can't remember his name. I know some of you in the chat know what I'm talking about. No doubt some of you know what I'm talking about. But I can't pull his name. Spike is on ABC. I got ESPN on, David, so I don't see Spike Lee. Mark Tatum. That's it. Thank you. And it's Mark Tatum. I could not remember his name. Definitely not Jackie Chan. Well, Jackie Chan would be interesting. Yeah, Damon, I'm getting canceled. Again, for the 100th time on the channel. I can never remember Mark Tatum's name. Butterfly, I don't see Spike Lee. I got ESPN on, and they're just showing the analysis talking, and apparently Spike Lee's the reason why we're not getting this pick in. Damn it, Spike. What's up, Blue Demon? We drafted Jaden Quintance. Some people are happy. Some people are not. Almond Joy has nuts. Mounds don't, right? You know what I'm saying? Josh, it's been well over 5 minutes. Here we go. All right, this pick going to the New York Knicks.
First, we have trades to announce. As part of deals to be finalized later, the Oklahoma City Thunder are acquiring the draft rights to Bennett Sturt.
Why is he announcing this now? That was like an hour ago. Douche. This makes no sense.
And with the 25th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Sergio De La Reyna from Valladolid, Spain, and the Valencia
Who?
Basketball Club.
Who the hell's that? Sergio Delaria? Where's this dude? He's the projected to go 30th. That's who's going to the Knicks. I don't know anything about him. He's from Italy. So international player. I don't know anything about him. Also did not research him because there was about a 0% chance he was going on the Spurs, so I did not look into him. Emmanuel Ginobili! A draft and stash? Okay. The Nuggets are up next. We have 5 picks remaining. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Will the Spurs move on? Is he 7'3"? Oh, yeah. Look at his head. He got a big head. Will the Spurs move up in the first round and get a pick at like 29 or 30? Or are we not doing anything until tomorrow? I can't believe Chris Sinak Jr. is still available. I did not see that coming. Felix, the Spurs drafted Jaden Quintance. Somebody said Sergio 7'3". Now somebody's saying Sergio 6'6". That's a lot of... Texas Storm, I don't see any reports that Jaden Quintance is having another surgery, but I don't expect him to play in Summer League, so I might actually be taking Summer League off this year. Which would be nice. I like to enjoy my summer. Not that I don't enjoy my summer, but you know what I mean. I like a little time off because this has been the longest NBA season in this channel's history. The Spurs are usually done mid-April. They weren't done mid-April. We called games all the way until around mid-June. So I haven't had any time off from live streaming until recent. Not even this month because I'm streaming tonight and tomorrow. So I haven't had a lot of time off from streaming. So maybe missing the Summer League would not be the worst thing. I'll still watch it because I have NBA League Pass. And I'll maybe make some shorts if anything cool happens. But as far as calling it... Oh, he just said in his draft interview? No! He is having another surgery? Roman, I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. I'll do a video and I'll do a draft report card. Is Jaden Quintance having another surgery? Yay. I didn't hear it. I'm trying to see if I can find that. Let's see what Yahoo Sports says. See if it says anything about another surgery. Yeah, I'd have to check that tomorrow too. Oh, I don't. Texas Storm, you wouldn't lie to me about that. That seems like something. No reason for somebody to fib that somebody's having another surgery. That's harsh. Yep, we're not taking 3 second rounders. If you Google Scenic Downside, it says he isn't a physical player, plays smarter than he is. His shot is not dependent. All right, Dragon, that's fair. I don't think we're getting him. I'm just surprised he's dropped this far. The 2026 first-round pick by the San Antonio Spurs stated he is still dealing with pain and has another surgery scheduled for the future. Thank you, Drew Show. The dark days of Brent Forbes. He's having another... That is not good. That worries me. So a player coming off surgery, had to shut down a season because of swelling, is now going to have another surgery. I'm not going to lie, I'm liking the pick a little less. Just saying. That's... We'll talk about it more tomorrow. Logan, I have a couple of people saying he said it in his interview just now on ESPN that he's getting another surgery. That's what free agency is for. Touche. You're right. Now, Brian O'Brien, that thought crossed my mind, but I did not want to say it out loud, but you've put it in the universe. I was thinking Greg Oden. I was. Yeah. All right. No, he couldn't shoot before I got hurt. Tane Knife, I have not confirmed that, but some people are saying he said in his draft interview that he is going to need another surgery. If another surgery is scheduled, maybe the Spurs are going after Rui Hachimura or Pistons Stewart. Yeah. We need another big. Greg Oden was the first overall pick, and Joshua Burns, I will stand by this. Greg Oden was an injury bust. I don't think he was a talent bust. I think he could have been a good player had he stayed healthy. Maybe not a great player. Maybe not worthy of a first overall pick. But I think the injury we'll never know. Definitely an injury bust for sure. I think Anthony Bennett's probably still the worst first overall pick. He was just a talent bust. He sucked. Well, he didn't suck too much. He was a first overall pick, something I never accomplished in my life. The Drew Show with the $5 super chat says, did the Spurs hire a miracle healer on staff? I don't think the Spurs nuns have that superpower. Swollen knees. Oh boy, Brian got it wrong again. I'm concerned. He wasn't at the draft, so the person that said that, Son of Scar, is not the type of person that usually trolls us with fake information in the chat. So, I don't know. We'll know more tomorrow. I'll do a video on tomorrow. And I don't know who these kids are, but two cute kids on the screen here. I don't know if these are the sons of a player or... I don't know who these two little guys are. Cameron, I don't think we'll try. I don't know. We have 3 second-round picks. We need to do something. Is the next pick coming in? Nope. They were just about to go and they said, well, the Denver Nuggets are taking their time. Josh Jefferson or Alex Caravan at 35. All right, Red Leader. Robo says, hey, TSR, will the Spurs go way off course and draft Wemby's brother? He's not available until... Wemby's brother is not available until next year, right? Andy Who, thank you for stopping in. I see Texas Swarm saying we traded up. David Victoria says, read my comment. Just did. So, is this why the Denver Nuggets pick is taking so long? Did we trade with Denver?
With the 26th pick
Nope.
in the 2026 NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select Terrace Reed Jr. from the University of Connecticut.
Damn it. That's a good pick. I like that pick. Terrace Reed Jr. Congratulations, going to the Denver Nuggets. He goes higher than expected, goes 25th. Good for him. I watched him at UConn at 6'11", 265. Good for him. I don't even have to pull him off the board. He was projected 33. Terrace Reed Jr. Yes, Sinek must stink. So what do we trade? You guys are we picking next? Wow. Well, Miss TSR, I don't know if she's happy or unhappy with this because he's not a Spur, but he's going to a good team. He's going to a good team. And Denver's trading... Wait! Denver's trading number 26 to the San Antonio Spurs for number 35 and 2 future second-rounder. Sources said the Spurs got Terrence Reed Jr.? Whoa, what? He's a Spur? No way! Terrence Reed Jr. is a Spur, baby! There we go! That's what I'm talking about! No way! Terrence Reed Jr. is a San Antonio Spur. We got another UConn guy. Now, I don't think Reed played with Stephon Castle, just as a heads up. DJ Rose, I saw him play at UConn. Literally, I went to 2 UConn games this year and watched some games on TV. The Spurs will trade the 35th and 2 future second-rounders for Terrence Reed Jr. That is a great trade. That is a fantastic trade. I like it. I like it. Brian Wright, big time on this one. I think that was a good move. We got some size in this draft. Terrence Reed Jr. Jaden Quinton. Now with Jaden Quinton, we can take our time and get him healthy. Terrence Reed Jr. is going to, I think he's really going to contribute off the bench. If he get, I mean, he's going to be better than Plumlee and Olynyk, right? Terrence Reed Jr. goes to the Spurs. Mikola, we traded 1 first, 1 second rounder, and 2. We have a zillion future second rounders, so I like dumping some of those second rounders. I'm going to take a picture of I'm going to make a short tomorrow on some of these. Do we get Alex Caravan as well? Another UConn guy? No, I don't think he's I don't know if he's much of a shooter. I can watch summer. I'll have to watch a little summer league now, Joshua. A little summer league will be on the menu now with Terrence Reed Jr. officially a San Antonio Spur. Wow. I did not see that coming. We traded with Denver. So far we've drafted Jaden Quinton. High risk, high reward. But Reed Jr. Reed made national headlines with his historic 31-point, 27-rebound performance in the opening round of the 2026 NCAA tournament. That was great. We got Jaden Quinton at number 20. So LJRYT, I'm happier with this pick because I, know the player more. I've seen the player actually in person play. So I know the player better. He plays for my college, not my college, but the college in my state, UConn. It's Miss TSR's college. Wow. We got Terrence Reed Jr. Awesome. Suck it, OKC. We got some girth. I think Reed's a great pickup too. Big dude, 6'10", 6'11", 260. He's 22. More NBA ready, a little less development. Terrence can play with Victor. Don't need him to shoot the threes. Maybe this could be a Twin Towers 2.0. Yes, that's my boy for sure. I like the pick. I love the pick. It seems like a lot of folks are happy with that pick. I have black and silver. I don't think Castle played with Terrence Reed. He might have transferred in after Castle left UConn. I'm not 100% sure on that. 100% sure you guys can check that for me. But yeah, the dude can rebound. He's a big guy. Alrighty. Celtics pick is in. Mosek says, TSR, I feel like you know better than most. Is Terrence Reed good? What's his strengths and weaknesses? I don't think I can give you a good scouting report on him. But watching him play for UConn, he looks solid. Literally.
With the 27th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select Chris Sunak Jr. from the
Congratulations to Chris Sunak Jr. going to the Celtics. That's a good pick. Finally gets picked, and he's going to one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Good for him. Off the board. You know, he waited to be called a lot longer than he thought he would have to, but maybe it was worth it. There's your best players available, as we only have a few picks remaining. 3 to be exact. 28, 29, and 30. Yeah, I don't think we're drafting anybody else. Yap. This is probably it for the draft. But I'll stay to the end just in case something happens. I am TSR Sports, not TSR Spurs. Please don't take that the wrong way. I love the Spurs. I love covering the Spurs. It is a primary focus of this channel. But I do also occasionally cover other stuff in the NBA. I cover the New York Giants and the New York Giants and New York Yankees. I haven't covered the Yankees yet. I'll probably start picking that up in the summer and trying to watch the Yankees games here and there. Carlos, we still have pick 42 and 44. So far, we drafted Jaden Quintance at pick number 20, and we got Terrace Reed Jr. pick 26. Reed, 60% of the free throw stripe. Not great. Well, I need to work on that. Jeremiah, I don't love it. Trading second-round picks for cash? I hope we do better than that. We got 14 foot of men. And what? 500 and over 500 pounds of man meat as well. That sounded bad. Stephon Castle, how you doing, buddy? Stephon Castle is happy that he got a UConn guy. He's going to have a UConn guy to play with. That was terrible. Yeah, we still have 2 more picks. Those aren't tonight. Those are tomorrow night. Luke Kornet is not starting the Renee, no. No, Burt Unknown. It's because the Giants stink, not suck. Because the Giants stink. If you've been in this channel long enough, that's my intro. Oh, Melissa, thank you. Terrace Reed Jr. played alongside Stephon Castle during the 23-24 NCAA Men's Championship team. Okay. Yeah, not just basketball season, championship team. So Terrace Reed Jr. won 2 championships then with UConn, right? Didn't they go back-to-back? Or am I tripping? Warren Watts says, Terrace Reed Jr. measured 6'9" 3/4 barefoot, 263 and plus pounds, 7'4" wingspan, and a 9'2" standing reach at the 2026 draft combine, posting a 30-inch vertical and a 33 max vertical. All right, we need some shooting now. We need shooting, right? We got 2 bigs. And I got to say, the Terrace Reed Jr., it's going to totally change my draft grade. Yeah, I like that move. I like what we're doing here now. Fox, Champagny, KJ, Bryant, Kornet. Is that our bench? Do you have Fox coming off the bench? The Druso says, to clarify the swelling of Jaden, he said his meniscus also under swell up after return. It's 100% now. Okay. We've got a few picks remaining. Why is that not updating? Why is the Celtics thing still up? There we go. Sorry, on the clock are the Minnesota Timberwolves. We got 3 picks remaining, and then I'm going to call it a night. Plus, I really got to pee. Yeah, Fox is not coming off the bench. Michelob, I am a bit biased. It's a UConn guy. It's also a player I know well, which helps. Yeah, Grammy, he's not going to be a stretch 5, stretch 4 type guy. Fox, yes, Fox is definitely starting. So Kubo. I'm not the biggest De'Aaron Fox fan, admittedly, mostly because of his contract. Although I obviously did not love his performance in the finals. But Fox is going to start. I would be absolutely shocked if you're going to put a player that's about to make 200, 20, 30, 40 million over the next 4 years come off the bench. And then you're also killing his value. If you are looking for the Spurs to trade De'Aaron Fox by the All-Star break or next season, having him come off the bench probably ain't going to hurt. I don't think Terrace Reed will start, but he could, depending on Summer League and preseason, not start the year in Austin. We'll see. Arco3, what's going on, my man? I think your Thunder did very well. Melissa says, two of the pre-draft workout players the Spurs have hosted are from Stephon Castle's UConn, Alex Karaban and Terrace Reed. I mean, could the Spurs trade up and take Alex Karaban as well? Could they go full UConn on the back half of the last 2 picks? We'll see. I think, Grammy, I think Harper's going to move to our official 6-man, and he will get more minutes. He can't be under 30 minutes a game next season. He can't. If he's getting 25 minutes a game, that's going to not the best bet for our team to win, but also you got to think his dad's going to be in the ear saying, don't sign your rookie contract. I don't think Karaban's going to be there at 42, Joshua. Karaban is projected to go the first pick of the second round by ESPN. I've generally seen him projected to go late first round, early second round. I don't think he's going to be there in the 40s. I'd be shocked if he is. I've been wrong before, though. I've been wrong often. We made one trade, Estrada. We traded our 35th pick and 2 future second rounders for Denver's 26th pick and got Terrace Reed Jr. We could also go to free agency for shooting. Yeah, Red Leader, I agree. Dylan Harper's going to replace Keldon Johnson. Absolutely. Pick is in for Minnesota, and can ESPN wrap this up? I thought this draft was going to be 2.5 hours long. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes, and we still have 3 picks. I think Harper will earn starting before the trade deadline. That would be interesting, Dylan. Michelob says, you want the Spurs to do what the Knicks did with Villanova, but no. Michelob, if we don't draft anybody else from this draft, I'll be happy with the draft. We needed size in this draft, and we got 2 players north of 250. One is an injury risk. I'm going to trust the Spurs staff for right now and assume that this dude's going to be okay, that Jaden Quinton's going to be okay. We got another big. So, if you were wondering, if there were any questions before, Kelly Olynyk and Mason Plumlee are absolutely gone. Lord Gress says, I like that players know what it's like to be champions. I'll agree with you there.
With the 28th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Joshua Jefferson from Iowa State University.
It's the guy a lot of you wanted. Joshua Jefferson off the board. Sam, it can't be Joshua Jefferson. He just got drafted. Now you're gone. Whitesnake, anybody? No? Joshua Jefferson off the board. 2 picks remaining. Michelob, Kelly Olynyk barely played. 35 to 45% chance Quinton sees meaningful summer league. Really? Are you making that up or getting that from somewhere? Bert, we cannot take Dan Hurley. Joshua Jefferson's gone. Harper needs to develop into our second best player. Killer was 21. I'd be fine with him being like a 2A and 2B with him and Castle. Yes, Roman, I do have 2 guys to review tomorrow now. I thought it was going to be Jaden Quintons. I was hoping we'd get a second guy. Jonathan's doing the happy dance. I mean, yes, I'm being a little biased here. I've got a UConn plushie in my hands. UCONN. UConn. Jonathan, your belly. Now, Renee, it's not that we're low on Jaden. It's the injury. The injury. It sounds like he'll be a phenomenal defender, and the Spurs could have an elite defense with him starting at the 4. But there's a huge injury risk with him. I don't think it's unreasonable for fans to be concerned about his recent injuries. You look at guys with knee injuries, Greg Oden, Zion Williamson, these big dudes that are north of 250 with knee injuries. North of 250 and knee injuries don't go together well. Yes, Harper will be our 6th man for sure. Thank you, Mr. Scott Trotch. He is very young, though. But I would not be surprised, what Josh had said, if he sits for a year. Reed plushie incoming. I don't think Terrace Reed Jr. is going to have a plushie anytime soon. Carlos says, I feel sad to the league for no more impressive players. It fears the league is... What do you mean, Carlos? Wait, what you talking about, Willis? Warren says, Caravan and Ryan Longwell for shooting. Isaiah Evans is still on the board. I thought, Isaiah Evans is somebody in a mock draft actually picked at 35. So in real life, he's falling here too. We are due for a foreign player. User, I hope you're right. Spurs 2027 NBA champs. Phil says, we can make one. I know Miss TSR wants more plushies. She would probably not be sad if we got a Terrace Reed Jr. plushie. If one ever exists. Just saying. Reed is a beast. Played at Michigan before Morez Johnson. Did he? Josh says, I think Terrace Reed Jr. will start after the All-Star game. Listen, out of the box, it doesn't seem like he would start but we got to wait for Summer League preseason. It's not uncommon for a player to make a mark, and all of a sudden the team's going to look and say, you know what? Maybe you'll get some rotation minutes, and if they play well with the rotation minutes, even if it's only like 7 or 8 minutes a game, if they start playing well, scenario for you. Terrence Reed Jr. looks good in the Summer League, looks good in preseason. Okay? Luke Kornet is up and down. He was very down in the playoffs, -1 Thunder block of justice. But overall, he was down most of the playoffs. Kornet's the primary backup for Wemby during the season. Terrence Reed Jr. starts getting some minutes here and there. Spurs blew out some teams here and there, so I keep saying here and there. Spurs blew out some teams throughout the season, so he starts getting minutes in garbage time. Starts playing well in garbage time. Mitch Johnson's looking at him and saying, you know what, this dude's playing pretty well. Maybe I will, if Luke Kornet's struggling, I'll give Terrence Reed some play. And maybe sooner than later, Terrence Reed Jr. replaces Luke Kornet. Who the heck knows? I caught it, Drew Shaw. I caught it. I just didn't read it out loud. I got you. Heinz Steinbach was Butterfly. He went quite a while ago. Probably around 13 or 14. He was a lottery pick. I want to say 13th Steinbach. Yeah, he's long gone. Who was the Purdue guard from Purdue all-time leader in NCAA assists? LCS Cooper. I'm drawing a blank. Kick rocks Kornet. Okay. Crash Farmer has the Spurs trading Keldon Johnson. All the kids drafted are not the same, like 10 to 20 years or 30 years for, except for Vic. All right, so you're talking about like the big. I mean, Cooper Flag looks legit too, Carlos. Don't sleep on Cooper Flag. Dylan Harper looks legit. And these guys haven't had a chance to establish himself either. And, you know, it's easy to say, you know, we don't have the players like the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, the Shaqs, the LeBron James, but the guys haven't been long enough to establish themselves as those type of players. You know, the closest thing right now is probably Jokic was a second rounder. I'm trying to think of top 3 picks that in the last, besides Wemby. Versace looks like a bust. Alexander Sarr looks, he's developing. Shoot. The shooter. He played for Kentucky or Duke. Dang, Reed Shepard. Could not remember his name. He's been okay with Houston. As far as the 2025 draft, Flag looks legit. Harper looks legit. VJ Edgecombe was solid. Con Knipple. I mean, there's been some good picks. Gary, I like it. I will be doing a draft report card tomorrow. I thought that was a really good pick for the Nuggets. You guys were saying in the chat there was a trade. There's a trade. Cleveland is trading number 29 to Sacramento for 34 and a future second rounder. So I was correct. The Cleveland Cavaliers are not using their 29th pick. Didn't think they would. They have cap/apron issues. They are trading the pick. That's not a shocker whatsoever. So this pick is going to be going to the Sacramento Kings. The Mavericks will get the last pick. I don't think we're getting another pick in the first round. Don't know enough. I don't want to give a comparison yet until I've done a little more research. The AI said the Spurs should have traded up for Yaxel Lenningberg for what it's worth. Trade Fox to Milwaukee? You gotta match salary though. Fox is set to make over $50 million next season, isn't he? All right.
The draft rights to Joshua Jefferson.
That's old news. Or somewhat old news. It just happened.
And with the 29th pick in the 2026
He's going to the Kings.
NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Alex Caravan from the University of Connecticut.
Alex Caravan.
Good pick.
won 2 national
Oh, he's going to Sacramento. Oh. Oh, poor Alex. He's going to the cesspool known as the Sacramento Kings. Oh, bro. Sacramento's a stump. All right, iOS 6. So what'd you miss? We drafted Jaden Quintus at number 20. High risk, high reward. Hopefully just high reward. And then the Nuggets drafted Terrence Reed Jr. out of UConn at 26, and the Spurs traded their 35th pick and 2 future second rounders for Terrence Reed Jr. So we got size in this draft. Jaden Quintus is 250 plus pounds. Terrace Reed Jr. 250 plus pounds. So they want all size. Lots of size. The Suns have traded. Are the Suns picking 30th? Would I have picked Reed or Caravan? So in the games I watched of UConn this year, Terrace Reed played better than Alex Caravan. So if I'm judging just based on the eyeball test, I would have taken Terrace Reed Jr. That's it for the UConn guys, Carlos. There's no more UConn guys. I don't think there's any more in the draft. I'm pretty sure not. Give me Fox 50 million. I could do what he did and turn the ball over and shoot 3 after 3 after 3. Not kidding. Nice, Chris. Kyle, I do too. It's going to be interesting how the Mavericks pick is already in. And the Wizards view AJ as transcendent prospect on par with Cooper Flagg. Well, I mean, he's the first overall pick. I would hope so. One pick left, and I really got to pee. Pardon my French. Show enough what's going on. They said we could have traded for Bobby Portis and Miles Turner and the pick. Giannis blew it up. Michelob, not recently. Perry, we have girth and size. We have size. Isaiah Evans is still on the board. That's actually kind of surprising. Is he going to go to the Mavericks? 6'6", 180. Out of Dookie. Cole Pete, the best fit, they say, for the Mavericks. Butterfly, I don't think we're going to go with another big. If we do take one more player, it's got to be the best shooting. No, Michelob, I haven't texted during the game. I try not to text during the game. Because then I'm looking down. I've just been getting little notifications on my phone, so I've just been clearing them. There's the commissioner.
With the 30th pick.
Last pick.
2026 NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Koa Pete from the University of Arizona.
Koa Pete. That's the end of the NBA first round. ESPN will be hosting round number 2 tomorrow. All right. I will be doing a draft report card on this tomorrow. Obviously, I'll be talking about Jaden Quintance and Terrace Reed Jr. We got size. We went all in on the size. So, I think overall is a good draft. An unexpected draft. We didn't get any three-point shooting, but wow, that was weird. All right, that's for tomorrow. My friends, I usually talk to you guys for a little longer. I really got to pee. I've been sitting here for 3.5 hours drinking water, and I got to go, literally. So thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow at 8. I'll have the review up tomorrow, report card, and that's all I got. So on behalf of myself and the Couch Contingent, what you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!